Hello, folks, and welcome to the last day of the 11th Starsector tournament. Rubin's PvP tournament, which has done fantastically well over the last, I'm going to say, 4 weeks, with I think a record number of different streamers as well, and it's done quite well, I think. I enjoyed starting it. I was a bit in the middle, and then a lot of other people took over. I mean, Laharl did a stream, Oni did some streams. There was someone in the middle. It was a Wingnut Cross, who I'd never seen before. Which it's always nice to see a new face. It's always nice to see a new face. But that was really fun as well.
Indeed.
And it is time for the end. We have the last group, the last 6 matches, for which Aurica will be very thankfully helping me out. And then we'll do a short intermission between that and the 6 exhibition matches, which have been very kindly provided by members of our audience, for which JRG will be joining me for commenting those ones. I'm looking forward to that as well, because I always like a good exhibition match, you know. Some of you might be able to see the fleets in the background that are related to the exhibition matches, so we're definitely looking forward to that.
There's some really good mods in there, guys. I really hope you all stick around to see it, because they are awesome.
They are absolutely fantastic. I'm a huge fan of several of them. Before we carry any further, how is sound? I think it's fine on my end, but how is it for you, chat?
Can you hear Nemo? Can you hear me? Starsector sounds?
I hope they can hear me. God, if they can't hear me, the last 5 minutes, Jesus.
Aurica's just talking to herself. What?
It wouldn't be the first time. It really wouldn't. Where I'm like 10 minutes and I realize I've been muted to chat this entire time. They've not been hearing me at all. Yep, it's fantastic. Anyway, let's begin. The very last group, which is again a group that just shows off like the superiority of vanilla when paired up with mods that boost it a little bit. Because the last group of today, we have DaddyPants, Vanilla High Tech. We have Slav's Interstellar Imperium. We have cSynapse's Vanilla LowTech. Jesus Christ! Oh God. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And you have sad Squidward. No. Okay. It's going to be that kind of stream, is it? Okay. Cool.
I think so. Yes.
Right then. So as before, I think I'm going to go through all the 4 fleets before we run through. Too far ahead of myself. Before we go through the groups, we'll do all 4 setups. Then we'll move on to the matches.
Sounds good.
The premise has been replaced. Looks like it has. We'll get to that eventually. First of all, let's see. I've got some of them have actually given me descriptions, so I need to look this up, because some of them have given me pages to read. Not quite the entire B-movie script, but we're not far off. Right, I don't think DaddyPants, Slav. No, I think of the regular ones, I think Squidward is the only one who actually gave me something to read out. So good. Anyway, so DaddyPants, we have TacLasers, Cat Met Steel Beams again. You know, we kind of you kind of knew this like from week 1.
Yeah.
That the Vanilla High Tech was going to be at the finals. We kind of knew that. And let's see. First of all, let's go straight into refit screen. Let's have a look around. You have the Paragon, the Coward Donut, running a solid Paragon loadout. I have no complaints. It is again lacking a bit of PD, but double tack, ion beam, forward PD. There's not much at the back, but the forward PD is decent with 5 burst PD lasers. There's an ion beam there to force people to keep their shields up.
Yup.
And then ultra pulse lasers and tachyon lances, of course, with the built-in ATC. So these ranges are insane.
Typical Paragon.
Yep, it is a solid Paragon. You cannot complain about that Paragon. Then you have what has been carrying Vanilla High Tech this entire tournament. The Beholder Wall. 1, 2, oops, slightly different one. So 1 with double sabos and expanded missile racks. 1 with a sabo harpoon. Double sabo, sabo harpoon, double sabo harpoon, double sabo. So mostly double sabos, and a couple with sabo harpoons, which have been proven to be ridiculously strong. Because not only do they have the missiles, they've also got 3 tactical lasers a pop, plus the 4 on the drones. That's 7 tactical lasers each, which has proven to be a lot. Turns out 100 damage, so 75 DPS multiplied by 7, multiplied by 7 ships. That's some damage.
Yep. And if anything gets close, Sabos just bring their flux max out, and then the ship freaks out.
Paired up with, I don't think these were here last time they were played. Did we have afflictors last time? I don't recall there being in the semi-finals. I don't believe there being afflictors. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't remember them. I remember the Mercuries, but not the afflictors. Anyway,
we have, looks like solid. We have contender cannons, light needler, antimatter blaster. Well, the antimatter blaster and reapers. All you need to know. These are phase ships with double reapers and an antimatter blaster. That is just painful. That is just painful. That is just that is definitely a strike afflictor. Then you have a couple of Falcon P wannabes. Falcon P wannabe 3 triple salamander Mercuries. Which, to be fair, is actually not a loadout I dislike. Because hopefully they'll stay well out of trouble and they'll just keep harassing with salamanders forever.
The one thing is that they don't have any range finding. Missiles don't do range finding, so they may just run up and die. Maybe.
We can but hope. We can only hope. So yeah, someone pointed out it has IPDAI. It has SIP. It definitely has point defense. I was more worried about the perceived lack of rear point defense, but again, I don't think it's going to be much of a problem.
Yep, Beholders will have it covered quite well.
Mainly because I think in all the ships we've seen so far, just mini blasters isn't enough.
Right.
Hopefully, nothing should get around the Paragon, and it is not a shield bypass Paragon. Oh, it is shield conversion front, so just in case, the shield deploys from the front very quickly. So if you're very, very quick, you can get behind it. Maybe.
Right.
Sometimes. And on the other side, we have a double Caesar loadout from Slav. A 1 elite Caesar running several heavy mortars, several heavy pulse lasers, Custos defenders, particle guns, and double squall. Together with unstable injectors, IPDAI, ITU, shield bypass with heavy armor. I mean that is even if it's not an armor-based Imperial armor package, it is still a lot of armor.
True.
And it is, of course, the elite package which makes the shockbuster unlimited. Reduced effectiveness, but it's an unlimited shockbuster essentially, which is always nice. We have 1, 2, 3 so far Princeps, probably more after this, but we'll go over it at the time. Sabos, Tornadoes, a Inferno Bomber Wing, a Draconarius Fighter Wing, and a couple of little light point defense, but basically running missile boats, carrier missile boat.
Yep.
Solid, no complaints there. I think this is just a repeat of the first one, I believe. This is a assault battleship. Or is that one? Yep. Good. And we have one more Princeps. We have a Basilius running triple Sabos and a Tornado Hornet launcher and a singular mining laser, which will make all the difference. We have 1, 2, 3. Good point. I have not been. I see a distinct lack of ballistas here. I just noticed you have some light ballista launchers on the Karams, but other than that, no ballistas as far as I can see.
Yeah, interesting. Well, we have to remember they're fighting off against those beholders, which basically say no missiles. So if you spam missiles, that's not going to end well.
True. Again, ironically, the fleets that aren't high tech know that 2/3 of the fleets they're fighting are high tech, so it's kind of easy to.
Right.
You kind of knew what to build for. Hopefully it's worked. We have, again, so 2 more, so 1, 2, 3 Basilius, 3 Karams, 4 Princeps, and 2 Caesars. With no big surprise as far as I can see.
No, nothing super weird.
Nope, solid. And we hope that something solid and tested can withstand. And then we have cSynapse's vanilla LowTech, which, Jesus, okay, yeah, fine. You have.
It doesn't have
any weapons.
Why?
It doesn't have weapons. Smoltheus, Thargo's Sanity, School of Running Away 2, The Unsinkable Spam, and Alas He.
What is this?
They are running safety overrides, unstable injector, militarized subsystems. They're basically flying flare launchers. That's what they are. They are flying flare launchers.
Oh my god.
Thargo made it to the finals on a reference. Yep.
You're here.
Oh god. Okay, fine. We have. Okay, they might be separate. So, let's prepare for trouble and make it double. The two cathedrals. What are we running? Are they running the same? No, they're slightly different. Okay, so we'll have to.
Oh, they're different.
Different. So the centrals here we have heavy needlers, lags. We are running 2 mining pod auxiliary wings.
For when you don't have the OP for anything else.
Surely you're allowed to take talons at that point, aren't you? Talons are 0 as well, aren't they?
Talons, I don't think they're 0.
They're not. I'll have to double check.
I think they're 3.
Okay. Talons are 2. Okie doke.
Oh, 2. Okay.
We have the Devastators at the front, heavy needlers. Again, we need a lot of kinetic to get through the high-tech shields, so that's 4 heavy needlers so far. Running on the sides here, multiple lags as well. Vulcans, another heavy needlers. I'm counting 8 heavy needlers facing forward, 10 with 2 facing back.
That's a lot.
That's 10. Well, the back ones can't hit forward, but at least 4 heavy needlers can direct front, and at least several of them can hit with the front arc. 8 of them can hit the front arc in some way or another.
This ship is very heavy on flak and distraction in terms of all the Devastator cannons, the salamanders. It doesn't seem to be doing anything to like punch through armor.
Well, it doesn't have to deal with the beholders. I think it might be beholder fear to a certain degree. It might have trouble, as you say, to get through the imperial armor.
Oh, right. Chat's mines, and then the primary missile system.
Of course.
Okay,
I do forget the Redeemers is there sometimes, because occasionally it just doesn't do anything. But hopefully it does work out. It is a massive long-range 2,000 head explosive damage plus the submunitions.
We'll see how it handles the beholders.
Yeah, I wonder what happens if you manage to get the mines behind the beholders. Hopefully these will actually be sort of. They will. I was gonna say hopefully they'll be aggressive. They have to be. There's nothing else here. I mean, those drams aren't going to last long. The alternative here we. Okay, I understand a bit more here. The mod differences here we have turret gyros and unstable injector just to give it, some speed. Accelerated shields and hardened shields on the second. On the second one. Several modifications applied here. Solar shielding, very helpful versus the beams. Heavy armor as well. We're running urgent suppressors. We're running more needlers. We're running kinetic base point defense now rather than lags. We're running more auxiliary mining pods. We're running several more salamanders, annihilator rocket pods.
So many salamanders.
A lot of salamanders. A lot of salamanders. I mean, this ship alone is 2, 4, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 salamanders per salvo. It fires everything at once. An Aegis flat cannon at the back. A lot of kinetic base point defense as well. Again, hopefully, if any of the beholders want to get too close, it'll help with more of their shields. The ship does not like engines. No, it does not. The thing XM is going to get removed in 0.95. Okay. And I guess we have 5 drams. I'm sure there's something in the bingo I know about getting like the caster to sigh or to be confused about a loadout.
LAFSA loadout, yep.
We've done that.
Yeah.
You definitely did that. And we have Sad Squidwards. Squidward does have a message. It is short and sweet. Sad Squidward's description for the fleet is: good luck, have fun, and have a Merry Christmas. Indeed.
Aww.
It's Friday. Can you believe this? What happened to the year?
I don't know.
I see a lot less beholders on this side, so Successor has definitely Paragon is my favorite low-tech ship. Sure. The Omens are back, which is nice. Omens running antimatter blasters and Reaper torpedoes with hardened shields, front shield conversion, unstable injectors, and flux coil adjuncts. So nasty Omens. Nice engines, bro. Nice guns too. Shame if something happened to them. Yep. Those are scary little Omens. And we have 3 identical beholders running 2 TacLasers rather than 3, and both running a Sabo pod and a Harpoon pod. And we have 2 Paragons, exactly the same, and again running very sensible loadouts. IPDAI, shield, double shield bypass. Double shield bypass Paragons. Okay. This is the war of Paragons. Aurica?
I muted myself. Hello, I'm back.
Okay, good. I was gonna say, you didn't sound like you dropped. were you just swearing too much at the shield bypass Paragons?
No, totally not.
It's very sensible. Oh, Nemo. Yeah, to be fair, I looked here. I looked looking here. I didn't look here until it was too late, and I was like, okay, never mind. Never mind. Shield bypass there. Yeah, shield bypass. Cool. And the expanded magazines for the burst PDs. Again, much better PD here, which will probably need it because again, the lack of the shields.
Right.
A single vent because you know.
Just you ran out.
Yeah, I just like have this picture of the entire like reactor flux of the ship being forced out a single vent.
Just this one vent, just.
You put it.
Oh yeah, it's good.
You put it at the back, so at least hopefully that sends you forward a bit. You know.
Oh yeah. Oh, smart thinking.
Yeah,
I
right?
like this.
You actually go faster the higher your flux is. And that is the 4 fleets we have left for tonight's final group. The match order is as follows. Firstly we have going to have DaddyPants versus Slav, then cSynapse versus Sad Squidward. At which point we'll have DaddyPants versus Sad Squidward, the showdown of the high tech, followed then by Slav and cSynapse, then cSynapse and Sad Squidward, and last match will be DaddyPants versus cSynapse. So I think we just get started.
Yes, let us go.
And see who wins between Vanilla High Tech and Bigus Dicus Guard.
AKA Imperium.
Yep.
Alright. Flictors are going forward, kind of expected.
Yep, gotta take those points. That's very important, I assume. There is an ECM advantage for the Imperium at the moment.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Afflictors dueling it out with the Karams. Missile spam coming out from the Squalls, as well as the Tornado Harpoons? Tempest Harpoons.
Should be tornadoes.
Tornado Harpoons, yeah. Tempest Reapers. Okay, Mercury already going forward there, I think as you called it. Mercury's getting wiped out.
Oh, wait!
Wait, no, it lives! It lives! Okay, here, this is the crux here. Can those Caesars punch through those Beholders? Because one Beholder's at half health. One Beholder is going down on the left-hand side.
Oh, they're trying.
First Beholder goes down. First Beholder goes down. Beholders have also taken hull damage. Several Beholders on the left-hand side have taken hull damage as well. Beholder getting pummeled on the right-hand side. Multiple missiles from multiple sources. Second Beholder goes down. That's 2 Beholders down. 3 Beholders down. That is 3 Beholders down. We might get an Imperial victory here.
These Khazars are not messing around.
No. They really, really hate Beholders, and they're doing very well at it. Those squalls are ridiculously good.
That was definitely a good choice.
Absolutely. Oh, the first Kaisar goes down, although it has overloaded 2 beholders.
Oh, is that one gonna go down?
Down to fighters,
so
perhaps?
close.
Down to fighters, perhaps? No, they can just
No.
manages to recover. Mercury goes down.
Rip Mercury.
Now, this Kaisar has taken a lot of damage. I mean, they've killed beholders, but good lord, sitting in that beholder for that long did a lot of damage to a lot of them, and there's still 6 beholders left.
Yup. There might actually be 7. I think there might be another one up top a little bit. Oh no, it's dead. Never mind.
Which means we lost several beholders, and there's still so many still alive. That is terrifying. Afflictor, Basilius goes down, Afflictor went down. This Kaisar is running so low, though.
Yeah, it's gonna have real tough. Even if it kills these beholders, it's gonna have a tough time against the Paragon with no shield.
He has no shield, has very little armor, so even all the scratches done by the TacLasers are all adding up slowly.
Yep.
We'll get back to that in a second. Let's just see what's happening up here. Because the Kaisers were it, essentially.
Yep. They were the center of the fleet.
Another beholder goes down. There's only 1 beholder left at the bottom. Oh, there's still a Mercury alive somewhere.
How? What?
There you go. It is getting slowly painted down by aggressive lasers.
Is it not firing its guns because they're all EMP'd, or is it the range issue? What's going on here?
Not entirely sure. Crosshair Moors, it's the shield. Basilius goes down, Princeps goes down. Paragon is now turned around.
Oh, that Kaisar's dead. Can they get one last kill?
Can it kill the last of its engaged? No, I don't think so. It's backing away. It's currently backing into the Paragon. And it's going to lose its engines. Mercury goes down.
Engines, come on, just go forward, just charge.
Charge, pretend you're an onslaught. I'm not sure. I don't know what's happened to its weapon systems.
Yeah, why is it not firing its guns? This is weird.
There you go. There we go, that's much better. Afflictor goes down. Beholder goes down. Will anything happen here? Will anything happen here at all? Nope. Look at those Tachyon lances. Will you get killed by an iron beam? No, you'll get killed by ultra pulse lasers. Second Kaiser goes down. Good show. However, we are down to a Karam and 3 Princeps versus an Afflictor, 3 Beholders, and whenever the Paragon has to turn up, also a Paragon.
The fleet did really well. I was pleased with the Imperium's fleet, even though they lost.
Again, I think it's because of the huge amount of beholders. I think this fleet will do a lot better versus the other high-tech fleet that only has 3 beholders to deal with.
Indeed, I agree.
Slav wasn't trying to win. He got 0.44. It's not over yet. Might get more.
They're using the debris of their fallen allies as a blade of armor.
There's a fantastic strategy. Oh, antimatter there. It's getting painted to death by lasers now. Incoming salamanders, and there you go. DaddyPants wins. But that is a ridiculously good showing from. I mean, I was looking at over the course of the past few weeks the highest score that was done against a vanilla high-tech fleet was like 0.6, but only a couple of people ever got that. Most people didn't get above like 0.15 against the high-tech fleet.
Right.
So,
yep.
0.44, still very good. Does this mean all 3 take a sip? Just me. I'll just...
I sipped.
Oh, there you go, 2. I need to, because I'm talking way too much. And also making notes as the scores as we go, just so I can actually, when it actually ends, I can actually They can actually say who won. Next, we see if 2 cathedrals can win against 2 paragons plus support.
I am excited to see this fight.
I am as well. Drams. Just the drams. Drams. Why the drams? How long do you think until the drams die?
1 tag lance, maybe 2. Oh my god, the portraits! It's Jesse and James in the cathedral.
Yes, get in.
Yes.
That makes perfect sense.
Oh my god.
Also, chat, guesses in chat, how long in timer until all the drams are dead? Give me just write the actual number down. How many seconds until all the drams are dead?
Yeah, so we're in about 34 seconds. So, how long from now?
Ooh. Synapse saying 360. 45. 45, we're past 45 at this point. 72. They're being very, very, very flighty because they've got no weapons. They've got no reason to stay in close combat. Okay, here we go. Will these cathedrals get close enough to actually do the damage?
We'll find out. I mean, they're going in, but 1 Paragon versus 1 Cathedral. I feel like the Paragons are just
that
gonna have
frontal armor is going to have a lot of...
Yeah.
That damper field's going to have to see a lot of action. Although, here we go. Some damage already going out onto the second Paragon. Although, mines going out. Good mines! Good mines! 1 beholder goes down.
Nice.
With a massive mine volley from, I believe that was the left cathedral. That may have been both. I think it was the left one. Redeemer flying out on a separate target, so support target there. Although the TacLasers kill it off. Front module of the left cathedral goes down, though. Jesse is in trouble.
Oh no.
Without the front module there, straight shot into the middle as well.
Yep, that's gonna hurt.
Engines seem to be very down as well. Dram is down. How many drams left? 4 drams left. 122 seconds and counting.
They're doing a great job though. They pulled all the omens off.
They have pulled all the omens away.
Although it looks like the cathedrals are in trouble.
Unfortunately, this cathedral is actually in a really bad place because the other can't do much.
Yeah, I can't shoot. Oh no.
It's actually being systematically stripped of its modules, which is amusing. Although, there you go. Cathedral goes down. A lot of additive armor now between the Paragons and the cathedral.
James, avenge Jesse.
Avenge Jesse. We have some armor. We have some frontal armor damage on both the Paragons, but they definitely outrange the cathedral to the nth degree.
Oh,
Dram
for sure.
goes down. How many drams left? That 2 drams left? I make that 2 drams left. 180 seconds and counting. 1 dram left. I don't know who was closest. Oh my god, will the dram be the last ship surviving?
That omen's trying really hard.
I really shouldn't be paying attention to the dram because all the fight's here, but you know, I do kind of want to know what happens to that dram.
Right, for sure. I totally understand. So the Paragons, have they just pulled off? Are they just not?
Yeah, they're just hanging back, and it's like, you know, we have 1 beholder left.
Oh, the dram's overloaded.
It said Omen disabled, and for a second there I thought it was the one that was fighting the dram, and I was like, how on earth has the dram managed to pull that one off?
How did you do that?
Dead to EMP arcs, I think, possibly.
It's holding on. It's holding on. Oh,
238 seconds. 238 seconds until all drams are down. I have no idea who was closest, but if you were closest, congratulations, you guessed well.
Honestly, I think cSynapse was the closest.
cSynapse was 360. I know that DR was 200.
Yeah, if it was 280, was it 280?
238.
Oh, 230. Oh yeah, okay, never mind. DR was closer. Grievous and DR. Good job, guys.
Oh no.
It's going in. What are you doing?
All it can do at this point, I suppose.
Yeah, just get as close as you can.
The Redeemer doesn't even get to like travel the entire like length of the ship before it leaves.
Still all that PD. Although I can definitely feel the pain of the cathedrals because they spect against high-tech shields, all those needlers, but they're fighting shield bypass paragons.
Yep. Boom.
Boom.
Sad Squidward wins. Not a shame. I don't think we can get any shames today. There's too many really, really nice fleets.
Indeed.
But what was the pointing? Oh damn! I didn't see. What was the points for that? Does anyone find out what the what was the points for cSynapse there? Someone find out in chat. Check the clip and tell me because I forgot to write it down. 86%. So that's 0.14, right? That's 0.14 points to cSynapse. Okay, cool. Right, now, the next match is kind of the thing we were expecting since like week 1.
Yep.
Definitely what we were expecting since week 1 is what happens when high-tech meets high-tech. Although, since then, Sad Squidward has abandoned like large parts of the Beholder Wall and gone heavy into the Paragons. So, will the Paragons beat... Will shield bypass Paragons beat this many Beholders?
We'll have to see. It'll be very interesting.
See how it works out. Straight in. I am curious about this match.
Yeah, I think it'll depend on if the two Paragons stick together and cover each other well and really pick off targets, they're gonna win. But if the Beholders sort of pull them apart and just beam them to death in separate areas, then that's probably a loss to them.
You have Omens and Afflictors juking it out early days. Massive amount of point defense coming out.
Go Mercuries!
Okay. So far, being a little bit wary of each other. Paragon's a little bit far apart, but they need to coordinate fire.
Oh, those shields.
Again, lack of shielding means that Paragon... Okay, first Beholder is down. Double Tachyon Lance plus Auto Pulse can do a lot of damage. However, this is a very, very in trouble Paragon right now. It has the attention of 4 Beholders plus a Paragon. It is taking hull damage already.
The other Paragon's, killing Beholders, but if it doesn't hurry, it's going to lose.
Well, this Paragon shouldn't have been engaged. It does not want to be engaged with the Paragon. You don't want to engage the Paragon until the Beholders are dead. So it has it got sort of stuck into the trap of attacking the capital when attacking the capital is not what you want to do.
True.
The other Paragon is quite happily just popping Beholders left, right, and center.
It doesn't help though.
No.
Oh, wait, Beholder about to go down?
Yep.
Wait, which Beholder is which?
To an Omen, I believe. Yep, Beholder goes down to an Omen, another Beholder. This Paragon, however, will go down.
Yep.
Although, Beholders are popping down as well.
There's a lot of death on both sides, that's for sure. Oh, that sad Squidward Beholder is in a tight spot.
This Paragon's still in good position, though. However, it is very much, can we kill the remaining... I guess we are literally 3 Beholders versus 3 Beholders right now. And again, we've hit exact parity. We have 67% left for both of them right now. Oh! Shield facing the wrong way? This Beholder's now... This Beholder's tasting what it's like to deal with 2 Beholders as well.
Like, what is this? This is what you did to us.
It's to do with 3 Beholders now. Although this Beholder's going to go down, I think. That Beholder's overloaded. It goes down. That Beholder went down. There's only 1 Beholder left. It's 1 Beholder and the Paragon.
The suspense is building.
Last Beholder is down. All we have left is what looks to be the Afflictors and the Mercuries.
Yeah. The 3 Mercuries are all together and they're all still alive.
They're flying in formation.
Ah, of course.
They're flying in formation for some bizarre reason.
Okay, so this Paragon really wants to kill that Beholder up there, but the other shield bypass Paragon is going to come right up next to it.
Yep. They also pulse lasers the heavy needlers, and whenever the fortress comes up, it's great. It's a fortress shield, but it's not dealing any damage when that's up.
All right, that ion beam, that's going to start hurting.
Although it'll probably knock out the auto pulses, but the Tachyons are in a good position to not be affected by them.
True. I'm most concerned about the heavy needlers.
Ooh, nice shot there. It definitely has the advantage. High flux. The high flux is there. Too high flux. It cannot put its shield up. It cannot put its shield for very long anyway. It risks overloading. Sabo had to put his shield down for the Sabo. Tachyon has come in. It is a dead Paragon. That is it. One dead Paragon.
Now the Mercuries are like, okay.
Afflictor
Guys, we should leave.
I think it's now down possibly to the Omens, and maybe this Beholder is the closest one, I think. Although there's still Afflictor down there, although 5 CR, the second that CR runs out, it'll die to the Omen.
Yeah.
2, 1. Mercury
Omens
goes
are
down.
so good.
We didn't see much of them this time around. I think people locked onto the to the Beholder spam, and we didn't see a lot of Omens until later. But this is a very good match.
Indeed, this was a good showing. It definitely could have gone either way.
Absolutely. I mean, the Beholders kind of did what they wanted to do, which is basically deal with one Paragon while the other one was busy elsewhere.
Right.
There you go. Is that it? I think that might be the last one.
One in the north.
Nope. The last one, the last Mercury.
Boom. Congrats, sad Squidward.
Congrats to Vanilla High Tech. We'd say whenever who won, but Data Reaper? Oh no! Oh no! To beam or not to beam? Jack and the Beanstalk and the Beam Lebowski.
Ha.
Oh. It's good to know that when Vanilla High Tech plays Vanilla High Tech wins.
Yeah, right. No, exactly. Now we really know that whenever you're up against Vanilla High Tech, just use Vanilla High Tech. Easy.
I wonder
Although
Go on.
I was just going to say, although to be fair, those Paragons were more low tech than high tech in this fight.
Exactly. The Paragon is my favorite low tech ship. Now we understand. I wonder what would happen if Vanilla Low Tech was still running like the double onslaught cathedral loadout. Well, let's find out, because now it's the low tech versus the low tech. Yes! Or can 2 cathedrals face off against two Caesars, 4 Princeps, 3 Basilius, and 3 Karims, plus assorted wings?
I'm just happy to see DACA instead of beams,
Yes, I understand completely. Right, let us go.
Yes. All right.
Interesting, like we said, this has kind of been sort of tailored a bit to fight more against shieldiness, which probably means that the already weak shields of the cathedral are going to be kept down a lot of the time.
Yeah. Oh, the drams.
Okay, yeah, again, well, how long? I think this is going to be a lot quicker than last time. Second dram is already down, but how long until all drams are down?
Place your bets, place your bets. 10-1 on the house.
Oh, the mines! The mines! 3rd dram goes down, Basilius goes down, 4th dram goes down, 41 seconds to go. 44 seconds.
Panic dram, run!
49 seconds. 51 seconds. 51 seconds. Everyone now overshot that dramatically this time. Closest I see was Yubin the Big Boy 65 was the closest I saw. Congratulations. There we go. Double Kaisar.
Yeah, the shields are basically instantly taken down by the...
And there are several Heavy Needlers. Heavy Needlers is not what you want right now.
No.
You don't need Heavy Needlers right now.
Because everyone wants shield bypass.
Oh, so much pain.
Missiles? What are those purple missiles?
Oh, they believe they are ship system.
Oh, okay.
They're an elite ship system, I think.
Gotcha.
DR can correct me, I think. Or I'm assuming out of the 120 people in chat, probably 120 of them can correct me.
The Kaisar on the left is taking some damage.
Yep. Although the first... Oh, the ablative armor! The ablative armor is getting in the way. It's permanently, like, overloaded, but the ablative armor is getting in the way of the actual kill shots here.
Oh, but the Kaisar on the left is taking a beating. Ah!
I think this is the one with the more high explosive weaponry. The Devastators.
Oh, yeah.
Devastators, the several lags. The Kaisar hates everything.
I hate everything.
Oh, the second frontal goes down. That's 2 Devastators down, several lags.
Oh yeah, the double Devastator, that's gonna hurt.
I love that they prioritize taking out the hangar wings as well, rather than going for the kill shots.
Maybe because it's just closer? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess...
Oh, that
Ooh, that Kaiser's so low. Kaiser goes down.
Captain, this is all your fault. That Redeemer almost hit, but too much PD.
Yeah,
Okay, so wait.
There's several Kustos defenders and Alliance on the Kaiser, so PD is good.
Okay, so what do we have left on the Imperium side? We have the Kaisar.
Karam and triple Princeps looks like. Sorry, quadruple Princeps. All 4 Princeps, 1 of the Karams, and the Kaisar. So all their fighter wings, essentially.
Yep, that's gonna hurt the cathedral.
Although, it is getting hit.
Mines.
The mines
Those mines
are slowly working their way. That Kaisar seems determined to not get the kill and just go for individual modules.
Really
Princeps goes down.
Yeah, that's weird. Why is it not just shooting for the core? It's the closest thing. It's right in front.
Multiple Redeemers. Oh, one Redeemer seems to be going for the Karam over there. But...
No, we're just going in a circle, guys. Whee!
Oh, so close! So close to almost actually hitting. I'm not sure. I don't know what they're shooting at. I really don't know what they're shooting at here. They seem to be targeting small things.
Yeah, I don't really know either.
They don't overwhelm. They don't overwhelm the PD. They're never gonna get the hits in.
Bonk. See, the Kaiser needs to just get in there. It has still tons of armor, full hull, and it can just finish the job, no problem. But it's scared.
Someone pointing out, it has got a stable injector, so its range is a lot shorter than it should be.
Oh, that makes sense.
Which is probably why I wasn't firing against long-range beholders before.
Yep.
There's not much left on this cathedral anymore, however.
Yeah, it's
It is now essentially a support salamander firing cathedral with mines as well. They haven't really been deploying mines against the Kaiser at all. They're just using the mines to kill out Princeps.
honestly, that's kind of a good idea. I feel.
Yeah.
Pick up,
Well,
distract
we're down to just 2 Princeps now. The Karam's down. We're down to just 2 Princeps. Although we're about to lose all the fighter wings.
Oh no, the borer drones.
Yeah, I'm looking at the damage numbers they're doing. It's still adding up. There you go. Another fighter wing gun down. It is taking hull damage now. It is actively taking hull damage. And
Indeed, so those heavy needlers are going to start hurting.
Crochet Moors on the Princeps. Last two Princeps. Still within CR. They have not had CR issues so far. And one almost dead. Cathedral is kind of holding off a Caesar, and I don't know why.
Yeah, the AI is now scared.
Put its shields down, and there go the mines! There go the mines!
Oh my god, so many mines!
It moves out of the way just in time, but there were so many mines there.
No, it's dead. It's dead. There's a mine in front.
So we're down to one Princeps. Oh my god. Is LowTech going to pull this through?
If it is, it's going to be a very slow process.
Well, because it's an elite Caesar, it's lowering CR already.
But see, timeout. Maybe it'll just get in there.
Yeah, maybe the timeout helps. Second Redeemer hit.
Ouch.
The Princeps
What
is
are you
down.
doing?
The Prince. Oh, that was. Just...
Yeah, it's in trouble.
This cathedral's almost dead. This will die very, very soon. It's got a range problem. I think those heavy pulse lasers are just expiring. They're not actually making contact. They are just expiring short. It thinks it's in range, but it's not in range.
Oh, that's what it is. It thinks it's hitting it.
It thinks it's in range.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
It's never gonna kill it. Oh.
No. Unless they manage to get a good Crocier Moore shot out now, it won't kill it. It thinks it's in range, but it's not.
So it's just gonna forever sit there and just die eventually.
Yep. If it wasn't for the drams, this would be a shame. There you go. The Crochet Moors is going to do it, and that actually might swing it back. That could actually swing it back, although the CR is going to be a problem.
32, yeah, and it has extreme modification, so it already has a bunch of malfunctions.
It's trying to turn around. 26 in the Kaiser. Yeah, the Kaiser lost. I don't think it'll be a CR win, but the CR is going to make a massive part on it. It'll definitely explode before CR runs out, but mainly because the CR on the Cathedral isn't going to go down anytime soon. It's still this year, after all.
It's almost turned around.
Redeemer gets a hit in, though.
Ooh.
It's got no armor left anymore. At all on that side.
Yeah. Yeah, those heavy mutilers are gonna hurt.
It's taking such a long time to turn around. 13%.
Come on! It's trying. Oh no, that cathedral still has almost full hull in the middle.
Yeah, it does. I haven't seen the mines, though.
It puts them out, but I think the Kaiser instantly targets them.
Oh yeah, I see them. Yep. The Coastal Defender at the back there as well. I missed that one. Oof, that actually made contact. That made contact.
It was painful.
It's a bad touch.
It's got 0 CR, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's got 0 CR. It's got 0 CR.
Oh.
That is
cSynapse wins.
0.53. 0.53. So far. 0 CR fight. Does it count as 0 CR fight if one of the ships isn't 0 CR? If one side isn't 0 CR?
No, I think you need to win with 0 CR.
You're in charge, so what you say goes.
Right.
Cornelius, Optimus, Rufus, Augustus, Pontus, Cicero, Julius, Vitus, Septimus, Aquila, Agrippa, and Marcus. I like that. Thematic. Right. So what are the scores looking like so far after essentially 2 of the round robins? We have Tad Squidward in first place with 2 points. We have DaddyPants on 1.39. cSynapse on 1.14. And Slav on 9.97. That down, actually. That would be helpful. 7, 1.14, and 1.39. So, it is quite likely, if Statsquidward wins this, Statsquidward wins the tournament.
Yep.
Now, depending on how many points Slav manages to take here, that could affect lower down the brackets.
Right. It could change who gets second or third.
And again, these are very much sort of designed to fight off against the beholders. The beholders, the squalls are getting less useful versus the paragons now that they're running shield bypass.
Right, but don't those Kaisars have like 4 heavy mortars or something?
Yeah, they've got 4 heavy mortars and 4 heavy pulse lasers and so forth.
Yeah.
Because like DR said, like, it's unlikely, but this is not like a guaranteed win for Squidward.
Right, if those Kaisars get in there and just blow up a Paragon, that'll switch the battlefield advantage to them.
Absolutely. Squidward needs 0.4 to win the tournament. So even if Slav wins, as long as Squidward gets at least 0.4, Squidward's won. So, we're also looking at the Slav's remaining DP.
No.
First Omen goes down.
Wow.
Just deleted by essentially what looks like a missile swarm, which is impressive to kill an Omen with a missile swarm.
Yeah, indeed. Kaisars, focus on one Paragon. Yeah, both turn to focus on one.
Oh, the Crochet Moor's coming in already. Missiles coming in, Sable missiles coming in, followed by although, again, the Paragons have focused one as well. Multiple heavy
Shield
mortars.
bypass. They both have shield bypass.
Everyone's shield bypassed here. No one's got a shield anymore. Crochet Moors comes in. I think the Kaisar is going to go down first, though. Although the second Paragon sort of stopped paying attention. Oh, the harpoon just times out. The harpoon from the Omen just times out, though. Although that is one dead Kaisar.
If the one
have we done enough?
Backed off.
Yep.
Get in. Go. Yes. Yes.
Take out the Paragon. Take out the Paragon.
Daka versus Energy.
Paragon goes down. That a Reaper? Oh no! No! That was Crochet Moors. That was. Technically, right now, Slav's in the lead.
Oh, the Bacillus was so close to death.
Bacillus goes down.
Oh no.
They're both on 60% left. So I think, if chat was correct,
Squidward wins.
Squidward wins
The tournament.
But the match is not over. The match is not yet over.
We still have to figure out who's in second and third. And fourth.
Indeed.
Everyone's just kind of backed off from the Paragon. They're like, let's just back up.
They're like, this is over, right?
Right, we're done, so we can leave.
Right, okay, here we go. Kaisar facing off against the Beholders.
And actually, is it going to the Paragon?
It's edging towards the Paragon while facing off against the Beholders.
No, you need to just go down and start shooting it from behind.
Nope, the Paragon's turned. Attacking and lancing
late.
to the side.
It's too late. It wants vengeance on the Beholder.
It does. Though the attack lance is They'll just shut down the entire right-hand side of the Caesar.
It's too slow and the range is too short for it to be able to catch up.
It managed to thread the needle and fire the Cruciumors between both beholders, unfortunately. Ooh.
Oh, here comes the Paragon.
Yep. Double tech lance solo to the side.
Out. And autopulse lasers.
Yep. Now it comes like, now that I'm under attack, I'm actually going to move forward. I'm like, okay, cool.
Right, oh yeah. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
What are these? Oh, they're called engines.
Oh yeah.
City is down, what is left? We have a pair of omens over there, and an omen down here, and I believe...
And then the 3 beholders.
Yep. The 3 beholders, we have Karam, Princeps, Princeps.
Karen's dying to an omen. Rip.
And this is kind of... This here, what we see right now, is like a microcosm of this tournament.
Yep. Oh no. Exactly this.
This screen is like... This is this tournament, has been this screen.
Oh, you're sending out missiles? Oh, delete those. Oh, you're sending in fighters? Oh yeah, delete those. Anyway, back to beaming your ship. I can't see the health bar. There's literally no health bar.
Yep.
Not there.
No health bar. All that's left is one last Princeps.
Never surrender.
FYI, the Princeps has 600 armor up from 450 next update.
Ooh. Spicy. That's a lot of extra armor.
Respect bits for the Chat Cathedrals with the hero drafts. Thank you, Lahara.
Oh, Princeps, we knew you well.
There's the...
Congrats, Squidward.
Yeah, absolutely. That puts 0.34. No, 3.7. 1.37 for Slav. So, last match of the tournament. Thinking about it, going back with it, probably should have put Squidward versus DP as the last match of the tournament. Thinking back on it now.
Yeah, that would have been the most thematic, that's for sure.
Yeah. Now we get to see if what we thought was going to happen. No, wrong. There. Yeah, there we go. See what happens when 2 cathedrals meets 9 beholders and the Paragon.
We shall see.
This is what happens when you ban Falcon P and other stuff being... I don't know if CR affects damage reduction of ships as it goes down. Don't know. Chat must have to answer that one. Right. Let's go.
All right. Cathedrals versus Paragon Beholders. Let's go.
From the Paragon Beholder point of view. So many beholders. So many beholders.
Yeah.
Ah!
Oh.
Guesses in chat? Guesses in
How
chat.
long?
How long? How long until those drams die? 90 seconds from Dara? 200 seconds from Synapse. 233 from NC Magics.
Ooh, that afflictor ate a mine to the face.
First Blood is not a dram. First Blood was not a dram.
That hero Mercury, he's like, I'm going in, guys. Let me just block all these big missiles.
Oh my god, they're being targeted by double Redeemers? Really?
Panic!
Yep. 60 seconds, all 5 drams are still alive.
That is this?
Okay, this is a way to see, does 10 Needlers make a difference?
Right, this is what cSynapse is built against. Shields.
Although, yeah,
This is also exemplary of what we've seen in this tournament.
yeah.
Beam. Although the Paragon's kind of high flux.
Yeah, because it has been taking Needler fire, so.
True.
And it has decided to fire attacking lances against fighters, because... Oh, Beholder goes down.
Oh, yeah.
First Beholder down. Technically, Synapse has not yet lost a single ship. The Drams are all alive. Oh, second Beholder overloads. Mine? Oh, gets taken out by supportive defensive fight. Oh, more mines. Oh,
Ooh.
solid hit there. Solid hit there.
Beholders are like, wait, you're not dying. Why aren't you dying? We shot so many missiles. What?
Again, this cathedral's getting swarmed very hard.
Yeah. Although Sabres don't hurt nearly as bad on hull and armor anymore because of the EMP nerf.
Okay.
What are the Drams doing?
Living. We've yet
They'll
to
never
lose
die.
to lose a single Dram.
The Afflictors are like, these are too scary. I can't go in. Oh, the cathedral's getting out on the right or left's hurting.
They're both hurting right now. This one shows it more than that one, but they're both hurting.
Yeah. Ooh, directly Tahlan lands to the middle. Ouch.
The auto pulse lasers have the same problem the pulse lasers before. The auto pulse lasers are all not actually making contact. Neither are the heavy needlers.
Oh yeah, you're right.
The beams are, and that takes out the cathedral, unfortunately. But the auto
Rip.
pulses were not actually making damage there, making contact. Yeah, cathedral died before any of the Rams did. Dram's still alive. Oh my god! Will the Drams? Will the Dram? No, hang on. We might have our first Dram death here.
No.
We might have our first Dram death.
No, they're covering each other. They're covering with flares.
Oh no! Hang on.
Oh no! Oh no!
Our first Dram death will come in. When the Beholder goes down.
No.
It's getting in the.
fine.
They're saving the cathedral by getting in the way of the shots. These Drams are heroes. I take back everything I said about them. First Dram goes down 2:54 seconds. First Dram death.
Just like getting right there. It's like
Second Dram death. Third Dram death. It's gonna be quick. Fourth Dram death. 270 seconds. 270 seconds. People have to check the VODs and stuff to try to find out who won. But 270 seconds.
JD Collie, they said 275.
Ah, that's fantastic. Very well done. The engine goes down first, which is
Oh no!
surprising.
But all the guns are still there. All the guns. Come on, keep firing the guns.
However, it is facing away from the Paragon.
Yeah, not a good position.
It is not.
Keep firing.
The holder goes down.
Are they gonna take out that other beholder on the right there? Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah, it could well do it. Could well.
Come on!
Maybe.
Mine! Yes!
Yes, Beholder goes
Ooh.
down.
Just as the cathedral blows up.
0.44. 0.44. Which puts. Oh. Let's do the final maths here. That puts Squidward in the win for 3. That puts DP in second place with 2.39, which I believe puts maths. I can do maths, I promise. 0.44. 1.56, 158 for cSynapse, and Slav, the very respectable 1.39. Bring up the rear.
Woo! Congratulations, everyone.
DR's put numbers in chat. How bad was I? 2.39 good, 1.58, 1.37. It was 1.3. I can't read my own handwriting. Yes, it was 1.37. Yep. I want to say a massive congratulations to Sad Squidward for winning, and a personal congratulations for not winning with a beholder wall. Beholders were there, but it wasn't the beholder wall that we saw before. So that's a personal congratulations and thank you from me. When this week was announced, I was afraid that we would be casting beholder wall versus beholder wall, which, while effective, probably would have been a bit more boring.
Yep.
So I'm very, very thankful there. I want to say a huge thank you to and congratulations to all the tournament contestants. Huge thank you to Rubin for organizing. Huge thank you for all the modders who've made the mods that make this as amazing as it is. I mean, every faction is amazing. Even vanilla tweaks are all fantastic. The libraries that make it all possible. Huge thank you to Alex for making the game in the first place. Alex, without whom we would not be here right now. And the total point count of 8.34, the highest total point count for any group at the tourney, which is fantastic. Exactly what we want. We wanted a group that wasn't a collection of wipes, I think, was looking forward.
Right.
Huge thank you for everyone for watching. A huge thank you to Aurica for co-casting with me, because it's always been very, very fun. And thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Glad to be here.
So, after this, we kind of have there are 6 exhibition matches using factions that mostly weren't in the tournament. I'm going to go for a short intermission. Oh, final chem joke. Come on, final chem joke. Then we'll go for a short intermission.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't have any more prepared. You're going to have to forgive me.
I was hoping that was a lead-up to a joke in that one, but I guess not. I was like, oh my god. And the meta joke. But no. Fair enough. Anyway, I'm going to call it a short intermission there, just so we can change casters and I can get another refill of my water bottle. So I'll be back in about 5-10 minutes. I'll leave you with glorious, glorious music from Shadow Yards. Yes, that's the word. And I'll see you in about 5 minutes. Go to the bathroom, go get a drink. Yes, someone triggered it. Yes, someone actually triggered it. Thank you, Aurica, by the way. Much appreciated.
You are welcome. I wanted to end with a bang.
Someone actually triggered it. That's been hiding there for months now. The 10 gifts the 10 gifts up announce.
Oh my god, what is that?
It is awesome, is what it is. Oh my god, thank you very, very much. And I'll catch you in about 5-10 minutes, folks.
Bye, everyone.
And we're back, folks, to having some exhibition matches. Now I've have a new caster with me, JRG. Hello.
Hello, I am JRG.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
You have a couple of fleets playing out this evening.
Yes, I have 2 fleets. I wrote a description for another one. I helped with another one, and the remaining 2 I browbeat people into making.
I see. So and now you're casting this. So
yes.
So completely impartial.
Completely impartial.
Completely impartial.
Complete.
So, after huge congratulations again to Squidward, the next we have 6 matches, all different matches with mostly different people, all using different fleets we haven't seen before. At least not in this tournament, at least. Most of them, I think there's a Diable fleet in there somewhere, but I think most of them are things we haven't seen so far this tournament, and I hope they're interesting. I think loads of them have actually got descriptions sent to me. So we're going to go through, as per sort of Rubin's request, we're going to go ahead and just go into the refit screen for every single fleet, just so we can have a look around and really examine everything we can have a look around, because we're early, we're quick. It's super early so far. So First thing we have.
I do have one request for this first fleet. The player requests that you not look at these systems.
So, hang on, for which fleet is this? Because this is not the order I was expecting.
The LTA one, the LowTech Armada.
Okay.
Unknown raid fleet.
So I'm not to go into the refit screen for LTA?
You can go into the refit screen, just don't look at the systems.
Ship systems, you mean?
They're supposed to be a surprise.
Oh, okay, cool. No worries.
And boy, are they.
For some reason, I thought I heard hull mods, and I was like, but I can't not look at hull mods. Anyway, okay, so this is Yui's. This is the LTA fleet, LowTech Armada, I believe. Yeah. Right. Oh, good lord, that's big. Okay.
And there is a description for both of these.
There is. Hang on.
You can read that. Yes.
Let's read Yui's one. Just thought it was interesting because there's a huge paragraph here that says "Don't read it." Okay, so I won't read that part, but I'll read everything else. I think because these are long descriptions.
Yes, that part you're not supposed to read. It's just for you.
I know, which is funny because it's just fluff, but I approve. Anyway, Cycle 206, Month 3, Day 6, Gamma Report. An unknown raiding force has dropped out of hyperspace around Nachiketa. Illegal transverse jumping being reported to Hegemony Com relays. The commanding fleet of said force is confirmed to be centered around a markedly pirate ship, appearing to be the size of a small station. I assume that's this one. Hegemony task forces have arrived to assist the Nachiketa auxiliary fleet midway through the ongoing raid and have begun to attempt to push back and destroy the oncoming raid fleets. While the task forces are engaged in the core of the raiding armada, the auxiliary detachment of upkept 14th Battlegroup ships are burning straight for the command fleet, with orders to sever communications from the leading party to their allies, and drive enough chaos into the rest of the fleets to eke out a victory in the dire engagement. It is calculated that the stability of Nachiketa rests solely in the victory of the auxiliary hegemony forces, as they are likely the only fleet to be able to break past the pirate blockade lines and engage the command fleet directly, as they are now. Gamma report end. So I believe these are the invading... Let's quickly hop back against it. This is the 14th Battlegroup fighting off the command fleet of these engaging unknown raiding force. So we have a story for this battle.
Absolutely.
Let's have a look, first of all, at the engagement. We have a Epattcud X class scrap ship dread weapon. Looks like it has 1, 2, 3, 4, a core module and 4 additionals.
Yes. Dread wagon, that is. This is the personal flagship of Lord Mistress Jin, a pirate lord who has an awesome cup holder on the front of her armor.
Nice. I approve. So what do we have here? We have Gauss Cannon, Thumpers, a pair of thermal pulse cannons held quite back, but still central. Arbalists, couple of empty small ballistics, and a flat cannon. With 20,000 hull and 14,000 armor, although structural damage means it's less. Well, it usually should be. We have a left engine running a converted hangar with Piranha bombers, pylons, Vulcans. The right running the same, I believe.
Yeah. Yes, the Epattcud X, which, by the way, all these ships, Epattcud is duct taped backwards. But the Epattcud X is somewhat unique in terms of modular ships in that you can install converted hangars onto it. It's meant to be very modular.
Okay, cool. We're running triple Hellbore on the left wing, as well as a converted hangar, heavy armors, double plasma flamers, several light machine guns, and a salamander. On the right wing, we have a Tachyon Lance, light pulse lance, Typhoon Reaper launchers, light dual autocannons, more flamers, built-in triple Piranha bomber wings, or hangars, and then with Piranha bomber wings, and a couple of lags and a phase lance. Okay. Then we have the Epattcud 6 scrap ship warship battle wagon running 3 Mark 9s, 1 Hellbore, assorted point defense with Vulcan cannons, flat cannons, 4 Annihilator rocket pods with expanded missile racks, a DTC as well, dedicated targeting core, and we have Tapa drone superiority bombers.
Yes, these are from LowTech Armada. They were originally corvettes that were retrofitted into basically super great drones. They are very powerful.
And now the rocket pods and hammer torpedoes. Oh god.
Yeah. This is the personal ship of Horatia Caldane, I believe it is. Yes. Who is the only captain in this fleet who is even remotely stable, as is her personality.
Then we have the Blade of Duin, Epattcud 18 class.
Yes.
Running a phase ship of some kind.
This is a phase battleship. It is fun. It is the personal ship of Mafioso Penumbra, who is not entirely stable.
Is anyone really?
Well, yes, but this is a phase battleship made by pirates that constantly malfunctions.
There's several thumpers, double hurricane whirs, triple hellbores, and assorted small weapons. Okay, then you have the Brumian's drug barge Collatlus class.
Collatlus.
It's a Colossus Atlas.
Yes, you can probably tell from the name.
Yeah,
also with 2 tapas, it is the ship of a person named Marcival von Brumian, who is fun. And that tank, which looks like a fuel tank on the center, is not a fuel tank. It contains drugs, and it pumps them directly into the cockpit so that they can handle the recoil of the turret that is on top of it.
Well, the ion pulsar.
Yes. Isn't that fun?
They have a lot of recoil on the ion pulsar?
Enough that it isn't fun to be sitting right underneath it.
I assume. Then we have an Epattcud 8 running several bomber wings, a built-in Tahlan interceptor, 3 additional Piranha bombers. It's a lot of Piranha bombers so far. I've lost count at this point. Several Piranha bombers, at least 4 of these Tapa. Is that anything backwards? No. Pylums, Mark 9s, triple flak, and a lag and a Vulcan.
Yes, this one is Fort Beandoor because all the Piranha bombs look like beans.
What does this remind me of, the design?
I don't know.
I think I'm getting like a slight Buffalo vibe from it, I guess. The Epattcud 13 running as
this ship is kind of special. It's normally unavailable in the game, but it's a kit bash of several other Epattcud ships inspired by an offhand statement from Sir Arcana in the Discord, who now hates this ship.
We have HVD, heavy maulers, an urchin suppressor, and a harpoon and a sabo. We have small guns Gary and tiny guns Jackson. Essentially, a hellbore and an urchin suppressor on a frigate. Nothing else, as far as I can tell.
These are the concept for these ships are Mudskipper Mark IIs if they weren't terrible, terrible. So
we have 1, 2, 3 of them. So we have a urchin suppressor, a hellbore, and 2 hellbores. Then we have Epattcud 9 running double light dual ultra cannons, Annihilator, Salamander, Vulcan, heavy mauler, and we have Epattcud. This is Epattcud 7, 9, and 11. Sorry, 9. I can do Roman numerals. Shut up.
12, 9, and 11. 12, 9, and 11. All of which come together to make that phase that kit bash from before, not the phase.
How many of these ships have stories?
How many of these freaking ships have stories?
Probably all of them.
Quite a few of them. These small ones, the 11 specifically, Yui likes to call them babies because they're small and cute and great.
They're running 2 of them running arbalists and harpoons, a couple of them running antimatter blaster side-on and a plasma flamer. 2 more of them running. Oh, 1 more of them running 2 more of them running assault cannons. We have a Epattcud 15, double plasma flamer, 2 of those, 3 of those. There you go. And that is all of them. I believe there's some officers as well. I can't look at, but they are in the first 3 ships.
Yes, well, one in the 4th as well.
Ah, indeed.
Yes. These are definitely pirate people, and the portraits aren't just taken from Steam-Powered Giraffe, which is a good band.
And we also have on the defensive side, we have 14th Battlegroup running an Onslaught, 2 Onslaught, 2 Hammerheads, 2 Dominators, 2 Sunders, 2 Enforcers, 2 Conquests, 3 Lashers, 4 Lashers, 5 Lashers.
Yes. Make sure to read all the names. Also, this fleet, Alex Atheos decided to bring a bunch of fun officers with no skills just to have the portraits.
The halls are filled with blaring alarms and the pounding of boots upon a steel floor. Numerous pilots and crew are beckoned from their comforting quarters and their mundane yet reassuring posts to docks, where they rush into their battleships and frigates. Pulling away from the docks is a seldom called upon auxiliary force utilizing ancient battleships commanded by barely tested officers, hence the no skills. Coming from various backgrounds in all walks of life, the auxiliary force is the black sheep of the Nachiketa's fleet, and it is this black sheep that shall rise to defend the herd. And we have here, so the hull we're running a 14th Battlegroup Onslaught with multiple Sabo Swarms, a lot of flak, 2 Aegis, 6 regular flak cannons, a Hellbore and Arbalist, heavy autocannons, light machine guns, and thermal pulse cannons.
And field bypass.
And shield bypass, yeah, it's an Onslaught. Hang on, are you allowed to put a shield bypass on a 14th Battlegroup Onslaught?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
And even if you weren't, this is the degenerate group, so they're not going to follow your rules, man.
And we have a couple of Hammerheads running Reapers, assault cannons, heavy machine guns, safety overrides, light machine guns as well. We have a pair of Dominators running Hellbore Mark 9s, Harpoon Swarms, dual flaks, ITU, Vulcan cannons, machine guns. We have 2 Sunders running Graviton beams, high-intensity lasers, and machine guns with ITU and advanced optics. 2 Enforcers running Sabos, HVDs, Heavy Mauler, double flak. We have... Oh god, right, okay.
Yes, pay attention to the names and why they're named that.
Capitalism and... Oh, Christ. And communism, okay. Yep.
One's to the left and one's to the right. Isn't that fun?
Yeah. They are mirror images of each other, I just realized that now. So they're running triple Aegis, Hellbore, double HVDs, some TacLasers, Lightning Gun, Locust, and Hurricane, and the same just flipped halfway down the middle. Hopefully they deploy in the correct positions. And the Lashers are all the same, running double light assault cannon, lag, double machine guns, and salamanders, and unstable injectors. And of course, every ship here is 14th Battlegroup.
Yep, that's the fleet.
Right.
Fun story about this. You can start.
No, go ahead.
Fun story about this. There was the... we did ask, which is the Tech Priest, if we could use Iron Shell fighters for the 14th Battlegroup. And he said yes. And then he only realized 2 hours before the submission deadline that he had forgotten to do so. So there aren't any fighters in this.
Fair enough. Anyway, be set and see who wins. Pirates or the defense fleet? Do you have a predicted winner, or is this actually just the hell?
Oh, this can go either way.
Cool.
I've seen it several times.
Good.
Pay special attention to the face ship.
Okay, there it goes. A teleporting phase ship.
Yes.
A teleporting phase battleship.
Well, it does a little bit more than teleport. Hopefully we'll see that sometime during the fight.
Okay, here we go.
Yes, there are lots of portraits on the 14th Battlegroup fleet, so make sure to take a look at them.
Is that Bezos?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's Jeff Bezos in the right hands.
Oh, okay. Here. Epattcud 13 goes down, and my head goes down.
That Atlas has a ramming system. It is fantastic.
I didn't see any special built-in weaponry, so I'm not looking out for that. I'm just looking out for ship systems at the moment.
Yes.
Where's the face ship gone? It's over there.
It's in the bottom right. Yes, you missed it. Well, it was just on the edge. It teleported right next to one of the other ones, and well, I won't spoil it. You haven't seen it yet.
And Forza goes down.
Fortunately, it uses the same AI as the Karkanos, the vanilla phase teleporter, so it can be a bit tricky to actually get it to do what you want.
Ooh, that is a pummeled conquest right now, being hit by this ship. They're all called Epattcud something, and I have not remembered the numbers.
Yes, poor Bezos. Luckily, he seems to have survived.
Right, okay, here we go. Atlas
Oh,
point blanking.
Stopped just before.
Point blanking the onslaught here. That's not going to work out well. That may be the death of the Atlas.
Got to become collateral damage.
Collateral damage.
Yes.
Right, okay. Let's see here.
Yes.
Atlas.
Normally the Epattcud X has a full shield, but it's just one frontal shield to make it more fun to watch.
Okay. Oh, I see. Was that an EMP arc?
Yes, absolutely. It EMPs both the enemy and itself when it teleports.
Fair. Although it's taking its punishment now. Where's it going? It is over there.
So the right hand's Fapitalism conquest has Jeff Bezos as a portrait. Can you guess who's the portrait for the left-hand communism class?
It's Lenin, isn't it?
Yes. Alex. Yes.
Right. Goes down. Conquest down. It is the Lasher goes down. Epattcud 15 overloads. Oh, 11 overloads.
At 411.
Okay, face ship's currently behind a Dominator right now. About a third.
That Hellboy.
Oh, that is not a great place to be venting. That is not a good place to be venting. Epattcud 18 goes down. Overloads the Dominator doing so, but it goes down. However, the Onslaught is now taking hull damage from the triple Hellbore and double TPCs of the Death Station.
Yes, that one, the arm with the triple Hellbore, that has accelerated ammo feeder.
Because why wouldn't it? Onslaught goes down. I think this is a foregone conclusion at this point.
Yes. Yes, in some of the testing matches, if the 14th Battlegroup fleet manages to wipe out the rest of it, it can very easily overwhelm the Epattcud X. That is not happening now, though.
No, it is not. We are down to, I think, just destroyers at this point. I don't even see a Dominator in on one piece. So I think we are almost finished.
Yep.
Overloading on the
it's
Thunder.
overloaded.
Yep, Thunder goes down. We are down to 12 DP in Alex's fleet. And looks like it's pretty much just Lashes remaining. Oh, there's a Hammerhead over there. And there's an Enforcer over there.
To make the Epattcud X an even more fun ship, it has a 90% range boost to all weapons on all modules except for PD.
Is that what the reclaimed ATC is?
Yeah.
Ah.
Taken out of a Paragon, refurbished, and shoved onto this.
I can see it. Hammerhead goes down. We just have to the Enforcer and a couple of Lashers right now.
Clean up.
In most tests, the Hegemony won. Well, Dreamer Curse, pretty much.
There was a lot of back and forth.
The Conquest getting split up, and the Onslaught not being able to focus its fire on actually important ships definitely helped.
It's hard to see, but the I say the left wing of the Epattcud X has accelerated ammo feeder. The carrier wing on the right, it has a Doom mine system. Only it shoots one mine that has tracking.
Oh, lovely.
Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to have gotten much use this, but it is a very fun system. Oh, look, the beans! The beans are coming. Congratulations, Yui.
Just on the timeout, the exact timer of the timeout there. So I guess Nachiketa is screwed. Rip.
Yes. One of Alex Atheos's portraits, I feel compelled to point out. It is Ana Kamui from Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid with photoshopped on top of her face. Chris Hansen.
Yes. So I see. Oop, posture check, and thank you very much for the sub. SCY KOT. Much appreciated. Right, so that's one. The next, we have Silverlight DP and Archangel Mark V. We're running VIC at long last. And the
You recognize that portrait? That's Nia Tall from the Discord.
Yep, and then we have versus the Star Federation. I think we've got. Hang on. We've got stuff to read for this.
Absolutely.
Silverlight. It starts off with "Don't read this part," so I won't read this part. Although you want me to do, I can't do sinister arrogance. I'm sorry, it's just not my voice. Have you got the descriptions? Can you do better sinister arrogance than I can?
I better. I wrote it.
Go ahead then.
Sisters, brothers, and all forms of others, at long last, dawn has come for humanity. For 202 cycles, people have barely clung to a squalid existence in this wasteland we call the Persean sector. For 202 cycles, the Empyrean system has been isolated from you poor souls. But the Volkov Industrial Conglomerate did not abandon you. No, we bent the laws of physics and biology to our will. As we repaired our destabilized jump point, so shall we do for the rest of the sector. Vic's shining fleet shall tame this unruly sector, for we have enthralled the very sun against our enemies. When a Tugaran stellar projector bears down on you, lament on your sins and remember the name Volkov. You have been trying so long to escape the burden that is your meager planets to no improvement, but Vic has found a better way. Through genetic modification, we can escape our meager bodies to thrive on barren worlds and amongst the stars. No need to thank us. Payment and obedience will be enough.
They sound pleasant.
Oh, they're a wonderful corporation. Very humane.
I'm surprised they're a corporation, actually. Anyway, let's go have a look at their fleet. Someone point out the DP imbalance is huge. And people saying, "Oh, it's not going to go the way you expect." Well, no, that's probably the sign of an overpowered fleet. But no one's expecting fair and balanced right now, so let's just enjoy ourselves. This is the Tigaran Stellar catapult. No,
Yeah. Shoots a tiny sun. It is a fantastic.
It was called the projector in the description. I complain.
That's my fault. I apologize.
I complain. Let's have a look at this. We have a 24 OP large ballistic doing 1200 damage plus the DPS effect. That just slows down over time. It slows on hit and reaching zero velocity, the amplitude. This just does damage as it goes through you, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
It can, with 3 of these and a bunch of hull mods, you can just do an insane amount of damage.
We have 1, 2 quantum cannons, or medium ballistic kinetics, firing. Fires a projectile, but when it hits, 4 projectiles appear close to target. What? These break my brain because I have to like. These aren't just. You have to actually read a lot of stuff to understand what happens here. I guess we'll find out when it happens. But when it shoots something, it spawns projectiles that do more damage.
Yes. Well, they're quantum something. I promise it looks cool.
I have no doubt. It probably looks amazing. Gargana smart dart launches medium ballistic. Homing projectiles stick to the hull and explode after 0.5 seconds, dealing explosive damage, as well as being inbuilt damage. We have a couple of ballistic point defense fragmentation, firing in bursts of 4. We have heavy laidlaw accelerators, which are large ballistic energy, range 1000, firing double projectile shots. Extremely fast hits on hull or armor create explosions, dealing fragmentation damage.
Yes, they're similar to beam weapons, but they deal hard flux. It's very fair.
Then we have Sabo pods, because no matter what happens with crazy future technology, you cannot improve upon a Sabo pod. It is still the best thing ever invented. We have more of the point defenses. We have more area point defense.
Oh, those are very cool. I hope we get to see them in action.
Then we have several unique mods. We have aerodynamic systems, which increases the strength of planetary raids. We have laidlaw resonance shields.
Their shields get wider and a broadside.
Oh, okay, so it's 120 if it's pointing forward, but 180 if it's pointing to the side.
Something like that, yes.
Interesting. Adaptive warfare.
Exactly.
We have.
When it gets hit in the shield, actually based on the amount of hard flux, it deals more damage. Hits on the hull, increases its speed. When it moves, it gets more shield efficiency.
Okay, interesting. Brand shield emitter lowers the amount of shield damage taken, reduces the amount of source flux generated by the shields, increases turn rate of the shields by 50%, and the rate reduces the shield arc by 30 degrees. Okay. Cancels. It's basically a little bit of everything. A little bit of hardened. It's a little bit of stabilized. It's a little bit of accelerated. It's a little bit of extended.
It's not compatible with any other shield hull mod.
Yeah, but it's a nice package. But it has a little bit of each.
Mm-hmm. That's the idea.
Mm-hmm. Then we have loader overdrive, which increases rate of fire and reduces the flux cost, but also reduces the range of ballistic and energy weapons. The assault systems increases the range of ballistic and energy weapons and increases the ship's max speed by 20%. Increases speed and increases the range, which counteracts the lowered range of loader overdrive.
Yes.
Which on a ship of at least cruiser size or better, you get actually a range bonus.
Mm-hmm. It's their version of ITU that makes things go roomier, because big ships are all glass cannons.
Right. Let's have a look. It's 12,000 hull. Okay, they have 4,000 hull. Actually, you have a quantum lunge.
It is a very fun system.
Jumps forward, ignores everything. After the move is finished, fires a beam behind the ship, dealing damage to all non-allied entities. Okay. Then we have the Moloch class, which is running a lunge, assault system, the shield emitter, the laidlaw, etc., etc. Quantum cannons, harpoons, flax, and the smart dot launcher. 2 of those. The Jezebeth class running attack lance, those that the field disruptor point defense, full flat cannons, drones which run PD lasers, as well as the specialized shields. ITU.
They're wasps, but for Vic.
We have a Samael class running more Sabo's mass drivers, which you haven't seen before, I don't think, which are just small ballistic energies which do fragmentation damage on hull hits. Adaptive assault configuration. With the current loadout of the ship, the bonuses provided the system are...
It's basically accelerated ammo feeder combined with high energy focus, and it depends on which weapons you have equipped, how well it does. More ballistics, better ballistics, that kind of thing. Oh yeah, and people are asking in the chats about the DP difference in the last match between LTA and the 14th Battlegroup. The reason for that is because LTA will almost always lose against an even 14th Battlegroup fleet because they have inbuilt structural damage and all their stuff, and 14th Battlegroup ships are just better than normal ones with the same DP.
Then you have one phase Nibus and phase executor running tack lance, phase ship, experimental phase drive.
Basically, faster all the time.
That's on the side.
I've also
lowered weapon range.
I've seen this thing with a Faustard from Seeker. It is evil.
Then we have a Burrow protocols, which is increased damage, but increases damage taken and increases phase cloak cost. Hardened subsistence loader overdrive ITU. 2 Zafin class frigates, running kinetic autocannons at the front. Energy, small, high explosion on the sides. Hellstorm weapon system is probably their ship system. No, it's not. It's just...
No, it increases attack fire rate by 50%.
100%.
Oh, so.
And increases both energy weapons damage and flux cost by 100% maximum weapon. But doubles all weapon OP costs. And Cobalt classes running the quantum cannons, adaptive configurations. We have a Proofless class running autocannons, harpoons, Salrax, a built-in phase lance, running flare launchers. Maybe I've got flare launchers there. We have adaptive assault there. We have omni lunges there. We have baryonic displacement, which is a teleport.
His teleporter. And Rubin DM'd me. Yeah, he wants to speed this up from now on.
Yeah, so I think this might be one of the weirdest fleets out there, but hopefully more we'll know as we're going along. Let's have a quick gander here. Star Federation on the other side. I don't think Archangel has anything to say here, so I'll just read out.
These are based on FTL ships. In case anyone was wondering, the Proofless is based on the short from last time is based off the Swordfish from Cowboy Bebop.
Indeed. Locusts, halberd beams, energy beams there. We have Giga Scrap Shot, large arc, large ballistic kinetic shotguns, I assume. And some PDs as well. I want to speed this up because we're going through the entire fleet of new ships. I don't know, it just takes forever. Light pulsars. We have Leto SRMs. Oh, this list is named straight out of
It's FTL?
the FTL, yeah.
It's a great mod. It's very cool.
Some Omni drones, yep. Osprey class, the built-in artillery beam, yep. Ultra heavy pulsars, scrap shots, HPD. Have Proteus is based off one of the pirate ships, I believe. Halberd beams. Looking forward to see if the halberd beams do what they do in FTL and just draw across the hull.
All these ships, except for the phase one, they have a special mechanic to sort of emulate FTL's shield mechanic, where their shield arc reduces as they get hit.
Oh yeah. Then we have the Celestial class, which is the phase ship. Well, that starts off as stealth, I believe, in an FTL.
Yep.
Has overchargers, The glaive beam again. I want to see what the because I love glaive beams and hover beams in FTL. So I want to
Yes,
see what they do.
the beams are great in this.
Another. This is one of the drones. Drones, carrier drones, invader drones. Swarm batteries are fragmentation missiles, fragmentation PD, kinetics. Oh, cool. All look vaguely familiar again because of. Does this mod have a battleship that looks like the boss?
Oh yes, it does. It's called the I can't remember the name, but if you remember the boss ship from FTL, this does have that. It is their biggest ship. It is great.
It does, but Archangel didn't bring because it's too slow. Fair. Anyway, let us go. We're set. The point of view of Volkov.
Oh, I hope the Apollyon, that's the big Volkov ship, I hope it uses its system. It's so cool.
You have glaive beams, halberd beams firing off there. Dashes towards.
Duel between the...
There you go. Oh,
See that?
It's turning to face, it's turning to face. It is getting pummeled by everything under the sun right now.
It is a glass cannon. It's the ultimate duelist.
I like the layered
Dual
shielding
ship.
effect. No, that seems to be unique to the capital.
Yes, I think it's called the Rebellion. The boss ship from FTL has a full double layer shield. Looks very nice. Yes, if you look at some of it, you can see the quantum cannons. When they hit, they spawn more projectiles around the target.
What is this thing we're seeing from the Apollyon? The sort of looks like a sort of target locking system that comes out every once in a while.
Oh, that is actually the PD, the Verlioka point defense system.
Ah, okay.
Those missiles are, they're actually the only Vic missiles currently. Used to be Sabos, but that didn't look great, so.
Okay, Safan is taking some damage. Although we're going to lose a drone here. Invader goes down.
Oh,
I want to see the artillery beam fire. See, go on artillery beam.
you just missed it. That's the reason why that ship is overloaded right now. Graph shots hitting the shield.
Yep.
Oh look, you have the phase ship fighting the Ruffless in the corner and a bunch of others.
So it is. Being hit by several drones at the moment. It looks like it's going to go down. Oh, there you go. Beam goes straight through over there. Puts a high flux. Then the Sasio goes down. Zafan gets overloaded. Artillery beam shoots out. Doesn't do lots of shield.
Fortunately. I say unfortunately. I just want to see the artillery beam do stuff.
I want everyone to win, so everything's unfortunate. Ooh.
You see those little projectile? Oh!
Yep, I saw the sun fire. Yep.
It's a very cool projectile. Pure Tilt did a great job on that. Oh, and now it's flanking. The Apollyon is flanking. You do not want that.
I like those missiles. They remind me of stuff from like Voice of a Distant Star and stuff like that.
Very much a Macross missile massacre type thing.
Rufus goes down. Zafin went down previously.
With those, Samael has high. Looks like he's
Brain
getting out
went
there.
down. Ooh, it fired the sun and then dashed through it.
I don't think I've ever seen it do that before. But yes, those little projectiles popping out, that's the quantum cannons effect.
Yeah, I see them. Interesting. Oh.
I love the Tuger and Stiller catapult.
Proteus goes down. Kestrel taking some damage.
But it can't lose, it's the hero ship. It has plot armor.
The amount of times the
Fortunately,
Kestrel
it's-
lost for me, that is not true. Ooh, it misses the sun.
Well, but I think the projectile, the AoE did some damage.
Okay, we're turning around here.
And as anyone who's played FTL will tell you, the Kestrel does not have plot armor.
No, it does not. It has died several times.
Go Nia, go. Wait.
It's a lot of
I was
guns.
gonna ask if Nia was unhappy about this, but then I realized he must be happy because this allows him to vicariously kill Archangel Mark V's fleet.
It seems the thing wants to be broadsiding, but just isn't the entirety of that fight. All its halberds are broadside.
I think this is over.
Oh, Kestrel gets killed by the effect. There's the payoff. The Kestrel gets killed by the system. Cormorant goes down. Cormorant goes down. Silver wins.
Yes. This match, I know it had some problems in testing because the Fed ships, they just did not want to be aggressive at all.
Okay.
I think they all had reckless AI and they still just would not engage.
Okay. Next, we have one of yours
Yes.
running PRV, I believe.
Mm-hmm. It's Idoneus Citadel Exiles versus the Rust Belt from PRV.
Have a look here. You gave me stuff to read.
Oh yes, I did. You don't have to. Oh wait, never mind.
It's not for this one. I'm gonna get you for the next one, but this one's okay. I've got descriptions for both the fleets. This is ice, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So, I originally tried a fleet of all Athames, the drill ships, but apparently that was completely unbalanced and stupid, and it was a bad excuse for a Goran Gan reference. All those things were true, so I have this varied ice fleet instead. Is there no Knights of Kingdom of Terror fleet? If you did away with my...
there is. That's in a later.
Okay, because if you did away with my drills, I will actually end the call right now.
Oh, there are. I
Do not
promise
take my
there
drills
are
away
drills.
from me.
I have two. I am participating in 2 matches. There are drills in both of them.
And Hrothgar says, time takes all, whether you want it to or not. Time takes it all. Time bears it away. Then there's only darkness. Sometimes we find others in that darkness, and sometimes we lose them there again. Is that lyrics for something? That sounds familiar.
I don't know. He didn't tell me. I haven't heard this until now.
Drill, drill, drill. Yes, Lahara, I
Drill,
know.
drill.
Drill, drill, drill. I too wanted the drills.
I did actually send Hrothgar. You should probably look at the fleets.
Yes, look at the fleets.
I did actually send Hrothgar a fleet of 90 of those drill ships.
Alright, here we go. So we have the Abraxas. Light
This
Hexes.
is
I'm not supposed to necessarily go into in-depth in the weapons. It's just so people can see the sprites. So I'm not gonna go in depth into what does what right now. We can cover that mid-fight.
it has a special big beam that turns off shields. It's very unfair.
Rapidly lowers the shield of any target in the beam while also lowering the shield of the ship firing the weapon. Okay.
Yep. These ships, they all have special armor stuff, I think, and a 600 range hull mod that makes everything closer to that.
Yeah, so the ICS framework, which seems to be everywhere. ICS framework and conventional sensors adjust the range of all the weapons to center around 600 units. Okay, so basically it seems to normalize all ranges to 600.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes ICE a very odd faction to deal with.
The reactor
Regenerates armor.
5,000 armor per second.
What? That's fair. I don't know what you're talking about.
Because that's the maximum rate. It gets slower the better it is, but what? Armor blocks near the reactor cannot be reconstructed. Where is the reactor?
I'm not actually sure where that is. I imagine it's the spherical thing on the left, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. The armor regenerates slower if lower, but still. No, it regenerates faster slower. The rate will be slower as integrity increases, so it'll be very fast armor regeneration at lower armor.
Yes.
At the Void Reaver, we have more armor repair. Graviton deflector deflects incoming ordnance. Most effective in non-flow. Oh, for God's sake. Who else had this? Was it Polaris that had something similar? It was on the fleet.
This is not a scholar. I'm not sure about Polaris.
Ah, Scholar. Yes, that's the one. Yes.
This mod does have a scholar, but it isn't in this fleet. It's a special high-value bounty thing. This ship, it has one giant spinal railgun that temporarily overloads it, and two HE guns that I can only describe as squiggly for reasons you'll see why.
Eidolon class. We've seen Eidolon classes before in previous tournaments.
They're just carriers.
Yeah. Solbane has a Nostrasu fuser at the front. Basically, it heals itself.
Or vampire.
Which I believe they're also here, right? Yes, Rust Refuses there as well. We have Shriek Wraiths, Burning Falx Beams, Flash Ghasts. I do like a lot of the art for these things. Or lots of the mods in general. Oh, the pentagram. Oh god, the pentagram S's. Oh god.
Pulls things through them, to them, and does melee damage with its close range lasers.
In the last tournament where we had these, they just didn't die. So let's see if the same is true again. And the fission drills.
They do dry in testing.
Okay. Yeah, but not when I'm running them in tournaments. And the fishing drills, of course, we saw these as well. They didn't do as much drilling as they did last term. Hopefully we get to see a bit more drilling this time.
Too much, and they were just completely unfair.
The opposite side, we have... What are we actually running here? I forget. I don't actually know the name of this fleet.
It's the Rust Belt.
Yeah, Rust Belt. Yeah.
From PRV Shipworks or is it Shipyards? It's by Prav. Great mod, has tons of stuff in it. It has the PRV Starworks themselves, or whatever it's called. It has the Rust Belt. It has a bunch of Vanilla Plus stuff. It's great.
We have here a Burzlag class. Looks as this converts ore into metals every week. It converts transplutonic into regular metal. Wow, what's a ripoff? Okay, interesting. Belt blaster, massive mining blaster modification, I assume. Hammer barrages, two of these, two Kvarts class, not Doom cruisers. They're phase, but I don't see the phase coils.
Ask Prav about it.
Some medium ballistic energies. Will ricochet and shield hits.
Almost all these weapons are HE because
they're miners.
Yeah, and because IC just doesn't have shields except for their capital, which turns it off to shoot its giant laser.
Two of these.
The Abraxas.
Two Rust Belt Ventures. Running heavy-duty mortars. We have... I even pronounce that. Nays? Class?
I don't know. They have big flamethrowers, and I like them.
Big flamethrower. Also sticks to hulls and does damage over time. Aha.
Very humane and legal.
It's for mining purposes.
Okay, we don't have the Geneva Convention in the Persean sector.
Thankfully. Automat. There, a lot of ballistics, a lot of flames. So let's go. Let's see what happens when fancy spindly ships take on essentially a militarized mining group. Okay. Oh, I see the squiggly. Why was I firing squiggly for no reason?
I don't know.
But it is firing it off, right? That's not me hallucinating. It is firing off yellow squiggly.
It follows. I can't explain why it happens, but it follows the cursor, which makes it very squiggly. It's why. Does
that include my cursor?
Really describe it. No, it follows the. When you're the player, it follows your cursor. I'm not sure exactly how it works with the AI, but it's very squiggly.
It is quite squiggly. One pentagram S is already down. One flash gas is already down. Second pentagram is taking some damage. One Nizer head is down. Oh, here we go. Dash backwards and forwards there. Oh, this is what is this AoE happening here? I'm assuming it's a buff of some kind.
Some kinds. I gotta be honest. I made the fleet and I don't remember what it does.
Fair. It's flashing.
As is the Abraxas.
Pentagram goes down, Athame goes down. I actually wasn't looking at the what was the DP balance between these fleets?
The Rust Belt had 198. The ICE fleet had 180, just because equal DP, the Rust Belt could not win.
Okay.
Don't know what it was.
So far, the Rust Belt is winning. So.
Well, with this amount, it can win.
This Rust Belt fleet is. That actually changes the ship, the size of the ship. Interestingly.
These are, according to Hrothgar Heavenlight, these are the key. The not Doom cruisers.
Shots coming from the side of Athame. And shoots, and it goes back to position.
Flamer's missed. Makes me sad. It's my capital, but I want to see it get flamethrough.
Flash gas goes down. Two flash gas go down, one after the other. I'm assuming they're called Wham, Bam, and Thank You, Man.
Yes.
I just saw Wham and Thank You. And I think they have a George Michael reference going on, but they're called Wham, Bam, and Thank You, Man.
They are.
Ooh, it is getting pummeled. It doesn't care.
Luckily, it can regenerate armor and starts out with a lot to begin. This didn't include an
Armor barrage takes armor.
Didn't include an Abraxas, but since I wasn't sure the Rust Belt could actually beat it, but I've seen this lose, so it can happen. Usually with torpedoes.
Yeah, there you go. Like that.
Yep.
That'll do it. Oh, manages to dodge out of that hammer barrage. Although it comes back to it.
It'll come back.
It reminds me of, it reminds me of the Necro from like the second Riddick movie. Someone in chat knows it.
Necromonger.
The Necromonger. Yeah, the Necromonger guy from the second Riddick movie. Like, you know exactly where it's going to turn up. It's like, you've teleported away. Cool, I know exactly where you're going to be.
Ooh, that's painful. I think this Abraxas is losing, which I'm actually happy about. I did not see it lose a lot in testing. I'm glad it is now.
I see a little. Everything's twirly.
Yes.
It is a. Given enough time, surely the fusers can repair it to full.
Well, can repair the. Cannot repair the hull damage, but the armor, yes.
I thought I said it drained hull as well.
No, I don't think so.
Unless it looks like it's armor. It's full armor again. Okay. It's just, it doesn't have armor damage. Okay, well you've moved over here.
These little ships, Soulbanes, I think they're Soulbanes. They're very good for 10 deployment points. Almost too good.
Held Jarl, I guess. Okay. I haven't seen the mine yet. Let's see if we can have a look at where the mine is. What is the circle?
That is...
Oh, this is the spinning.
The squiggly.
The squiggly, yeah, the squiggly.
As I said, I don't know how the AI uses it. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it uses it to flank shields like that.
I haven't seen the railgun fire, the shield disabling railgun fire.
That's the central thing.
It didn't look like a railgun, it looked like a beam.
Oh no, it is a beam on the other ship, the Soul Reaver. That's the cruiser above it right now. That has a railgun, which disables itself for a second.
Yes, I know there's disabling on both weapons. I got confused. That's the one. Yeah.
See, it's overload. Enemy didn't do that.
Okay. Rust is slowly dying. If Rust manages to take out the Abraxas, that'll definitely do a lot of work here.
Oh yeah,
Although,
definitely. Oh, did you see that?
There you go. I was gonna say, can you make,
that hurt.
there was no. They could have made use of that moment, but it just didn't happen.
Well, unfortunately, they're carriers, so they just don't have enough firepower usually to take it out. Of course, if the
Ice was also in the
barrage-
last tournament. Yeah, I remember Ice in the last tournament. Yeah, it was the wrong side was facing the Abraxas, unfortunately. Come on. Timeout is here, so no more playing around, no more dancing. Oh! Reaper to the nose!
Yeah, Reapers are, I found, by far the most dangerous things you can have for these ships. If they can't dodge them, they are not getting back.
Fire them! You got 2 of them left. Shoot them! Shoot her!
Doesn't even have a shield.
Yeah, what is the delay here? High flux? It is sitting in your face. There you go.
Oh, almost.
LB goes down.
Oh, that's hurts to see.
Oh, the explosion takes it out. The Kvart's explosion kills the Void Reaver.
That's great.
Retreats. Yep. Damage happening there.
The Idoneus Citadel ships, they have some, the carriers, they have some nice bombers, but I didn't actually bring any just because they were, they don't have carrier slots, and the bombers are very, very good sometimes. I don't want to make it unfair.
Okay, well, I've got 1 burst lag left. One of these not a doom frigates left, and that looks like it might be it. I mean, Ice is just not committing to the fight, but I think it's just those 2 ships left.
Yeah, no others. I don't see the Rust Belt winning this, unfortunately. Just from how testing has turned out.
They started off quite well. I was hoping they'd kill the Abraxas at least. They had the Abraxas on its last legs for a
See
second.
the shield blower?
And you can't, because of the shields, the armor system, you can't just do a little bit of damage. You gotta kill it pretty much in one go, or nothing happens.
Neatos are the key.
They both died exactly the same time. The Kvarts and the Burst lag. So, win
Yay!
for.
I win.
Nice.
See, wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
Indeed. But it's not as actually like a walk in the park. You got roundly beaten. If you take the percentage of health the Abraxas lost as well.
Yep, it's definitely possible for them to lose that fight. It doesn't quite often.
I got a drink. That's so. Right. Next, it is in fact the person who told me to drink. Grievous69 versus Karoy. So it's DA, which I'm running Snowblast skin because I like the Snowblast skin. Versus.
I've been very much looking forward to it. Rosenritter from Tahlan.
Indeed, versus Rosenritter.
Max versus Mech.
Is this no? Okay, it's Max. I was gonna say, this feels like it could be like a rematch for the last tournament as well.
Oh, there was Rosenritter last time. I remember.
Yeah. No, my names make sense. Yeah, I got Snowblast skin because I like skins. Well, there's no RA, so I couldn't play around with RA skins, but Snowblast skin. Let's have a quick gander up close. We know what DA is already, so this is a good quick just damn through. We got a couple of Zephyr 9th gens over here. Glow Tusk. We're running an Ulan Siege Laser on the Maelstrom. A couple of Raptors, several Rexons, Ibises for point defense. The Fractuses are running. Ooh, I don't actually know you. You're new to me. 7th gen Avalanches running a Snowblast shotgun and a Snub Rexon, and what looks like. It looks like they got a bazooka. Is that not a bazooka?
Looks like a shotgun.
It kind of looks like it has like a point at the end of it. I guess it's just a shotgun. Two of these.
Oh, it says shotgun, so I assume it's.
Yeah, it says shotgun, but it looks like it has a thing. Ooh, posture check, thank you. Pocket Gust running a Grave, a Blazaya 7th gen, which I'm a huge fan of. Ibises and Artisol revolver cannons. Two of those. We have a couple of Calms running SRAB's heavy emitters. Beam repeaters as well. Another Maelstrom running a Daka muster cannon array. With Warlust 7th gens, which are the sniper ones, which are very, very nice. Multiple Rexons. And Ibises as well for support. The one here running also Ravens, which I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of all Wangers. There's no way around this. Running Twin Hexifiers, State Support Beams, Ibises, and 4 Versants, all running Ibises and a Grave at the front. Wait,
Forming ships themselves.
a Grave at the front? When was that one? When did they get a Grave at the front? A slot at the front? That's been since last I played. Versants didn't have a universal at the front. The Warlust get changed again. Let's have a quick gander. This is over here. Ibis Sniper Blaster. 480 per shot with 20 ammo. Magic Box PD deploys snap drones and has an automated repair unit and resilient frame.
The
snap
DPS and the damage on these are it's great to see. For more fighters, I wish modders would do this. It's hard to tell how good they are. You just gotta test it.
And Burst Shell, and of course the Zephyrs, which I'm a huge fan of. Right, and on the other side of Rosenritter, which is where the entire ship is a massive mech, most of the time, we have.
And they also have mech wings.
Yep, the Regalia Configuration B, Silver Blood, running built-in rotary cannon, built-in Panzerfaust, so rotary kinetic, huge blast, medium ballistic, microfusion rounds, Rhodes microfusion into any Stahlhagel type cannons, which cause additional explosion effect. Stahlhagel? We do. Yep, over in the left arm. And
most of these ships get worse if you don't have an officer with, I think, at least 10 levels and gunnery implants. So I'm not sure exactly how that was handled this time.
Why fix what is not broke? Okay, sure. The 1, 2. So we have 2 silver bullets running that design. 2 silver bullets running. Oh god, another one running. Huh. How do you do these? They're clearly different ship designs because these are built in, so you can't swap them around. They're all called. Oh, this is configuration A, right?
Yeah.
It's the
They're just different ones. That's how it works.
Yeah. So Storm Kanone and 2 Storm Kanones, which are medium energy explosives. We have a configuration C, which has got a linear rifle and a Strahlfaust left arm. Configuration D's running missile pods and light cannons. Configuration B's again. We have the Halbermond, which again didn't do a lot when we wanted to see it done in the tournament last time, so I hope we see it more.
They're just there to bring regalias.
Yeah, but it's a little bit of a problem last time where it was they just were a bit too aggressive and got themselves killed. So, long range torpedoes, point defenses, Jagd regalias, and Verflug's mobile armors, and same load both of them. So basically, mechs versus mechs.
Exact idea. And if the carriers die, at least we get reckless carrier death and Pinka. So that's nice.
I don't think there's anything for me to read for this one. No, good. We are good. So we learned it from the Diable perspective, and let's go. That was 229 to 230, so evenly matched. The Hobman doesn't think itself a battleship. It does do that.
Looks like they both got a bunch of officers.
Yeah, so we have double Cave Johnsons, triple Cave Johnsons, in fact. That's someone from Animal Crossing, I think. And
sure.
Right. Okay. Here we go. Everyone's got an officer pretty much on either side at this point. Here come the Regalias. Okay. Goodbye to one of the Versants. Nope. Stays alive just about. Though that other one dies.
Ganged up on.
Rosenritter was wave 5 last tournament, I believe, so they often got several wins because everything else was very weakened when they got there. So what happens when they are fighting essentially a fresh fleet? But so far, second Versant goes down.
One of the 3 Cave Johnsons, who I assume are all alternate dimension versions of Cave Johnson. That Versant is hurting.
Yep. Here we go. Oof. Jump down there. Siege laser coming in though. Will it make a difference? No, it jumps out of the way.
Oh, that clutch dodge.
First Maelstrom taking frontal armor damage. Oh! Good heavens, takes a lot of torpedo shots there. It's already at a third health. From the fighter wings. Practice taking damage. Versant taking damage.
I bet the Diable pilots feel at this moment anything but calm.
Yep. Configuration B here. Pummeling a calm a little bit. Its drones are all
for
down.
those drones, they don't have the skin applied to them.
No, they don't. Neither the little drones, they don't have skin applied to them.
Which is weird, because
literally unplayable.
The fighters do. Well, the Wanzers do.
Yeah.
Is it right to call them fighters? I guess.
They fight. Another configuration B. Okay, this configuration has taken some damage, as has that one. So damage is being dealt. Although I think many of the smaller ships, the Fractus is getting pummeled here by other configuration B. It's going to go down. Yep. Fractus goes down. The Calm is going to go down as well because flux is way too high. Nice sounds there.
The Calm before it gets killed by the Sturm Kanone. No, that isn't actually a Sturm. I was hoping it was, but it wasn't.
Ooh.
Just to make the pun.
Calm goes down. Maelstrom goes down. Second Maelstrom looking really low as well. I believe that's a configuration A. Configuration C goes down. Configuration A is Almost killed one. Although, why did you put your shield down? There's no reason for that.
Oh, and those missiles are coming. Dodge most of them.
Overloaded. Muster gets down to configuration A goes down. Turning to engage the Halberd now.
They'll have both their carriers.
Yep, but Halberd
The
is...
question is, can those regalias kill the Maelstrom before it kills the mothership?
Calm goes down. Those torpedoes coming in on the side there are doing a lot of damage to that Maelstrom, though. That Maelstrom does not have enough sufficient point defense to deal with those torpedoes. That is a dead Halbman, however. Halbman goes down.
Almost expected to the explosion to take out the Maelstrom, too.
I think his shields were up at the time, thankfully. He's going to deal with the other Halbman now. I'm just currently dealing with another configuration B, which is almost down, to be honest.
These Maelstroms are very low hull.
Yeah.
Well, I think these might kill it.
Oh!
No!
Oh, it survives! I have no idea what the hell happened there, but it pulled through. It took down a configuration B, which means
What
both...
a turnaround.
What a turnaround. I'm not sure what happened there. No idea what happened there.
I think maybe its system spooked it or something.
Those,
Just out of the...
as far as I'm aware, those torpedoes just stopped existing.
Now it's two of them. They're at low health, but I don't think they're going to be able to stop them. Not both.
Well, I know. I think the Maelstroms win this.
Yeah.
Not necessarily against the Regalias joined. Ah, the Regalias have joined in finally.
Ooh, they might beat them now.
Yeah, they might win. Although, oh, the Wanzers, the Wanzer. Maelstrom goes down, but the Wanzer kills out the Halbman.
I feel bad for thinking that Wanzers were worse.
No way, Wanzers are amazing.
They are, but so are the Regalias.
Indeed, but I wouldn't necessarily call it either way. Although now it's down to two configuration. Are they both configuration Bs? Yeah, both two configuration Bs versus the Maelstrom and a Gust. Not sure what that configuration B is currently doing.
What exactly was that big poof? Nothing died.
I think it was just like hull disappearing. Oh my god, it's so low. Oh! Oh!
They're both almost no.
Gonna go down? Is it gonna go down? It goes down! Configuration B goes down! Maelstrom gets time to turn around. The Raven is here, doing some damage. Double Ravens. This thing is complete, is without, hasn't even taken damage yet, but it should, in theory, be able to take it. Unless it decides to do that for some reason.
Oh no, oh no!
For what reason did you choose to do that? There was no reason for that. You just threw this. You threw this so hard. Why? There was no reason.
I think it was pity.
There was literally no reason. There was literally no reason. You threw that so hard. You didn't need to turn. You didn't need to do a single thing. You needed to go there and hit it with its Rexons. That Maelstrom threw this so hard.
It did. I have a feeling Grievous is going to slap it when this ends.
Damn pirate corporations. Clearly Rosenritter paid him off. Just like, we must look superior. They paid off the Diable Captain to take a dive there. Now we had... well, the Gust wins the CR war. So we'll see how that works out.
I don't think the...
It's not gonna get that far, but...
Nope. It's overloaded.
Nope. Diable unashamedly threw that one. We must talk to the commission here, because that was suspiciously like a proper throw. The pilot
was.
The pilot of some of the state lasers.
Sorry, Grievous, you were destroyed.
Yeah, this one here, the pilot of the Blue Hotel, that whoever the hell that is, needs to be like recommended to like the Gambling Commission or something, because that was a complete and total throw. I demand a best of 3. We'll see what happens, because we've still got stuff to go through. We've still got 2 more fights to do. Good heavens.
That really could have gone out either way. That was neck and neck.
Look, if that Maelstrom hadn't turned away, they would have won. It wasn't even like there was
Yeah.
there wasn't even a debate. It could have gone. If they hadn't turned away, they would have won.
Yeah, but the
Because the regalia could not have
powered its shield.
overpowered its shield, and it wasn't fast enough to get around it.
No, but they also could have easily killed both Maelstroms earlier in the fight.
Earlier on, it could have gone both ways, but by the end, it should have been a Diable win. Next, we have Lightforger versus Alex running. Oh god, the Cataclysm. Okay, hang on. I've got
The
stuff.
Cataclysm versus Knights Templar.
Right, hang on. Lightforger doesn't have anything for me to read, but Alex does. Total darkness versus vindictive light. Only that which burns away the earth is fit to combat the darkest secrets of the universe. Anyways, special thanks to Tartiflet for making Seeker, DR for making Knights Templar, Lightforger for agreeing to do this match with me, Rubin for organizing the tournament and match, and you for watching. Important note, the Cataclysm has a cool animation which spawns in the center when on the enemy side, so be sure to do that. Yeah, so I have to put the Cataclysm on the enemy side. Unrecommended listening. Big Blue Dark and Scary by Julia Wolf, performed by Bang on a Crown.
Isn't that fun? I have been looking forward to this match for a long time.
Let's have a look. So we'll do a quick refit check because it's Knights Templar. We have 3 Paladins running Arendite Accelerators and Galatine Heavy Disruptors, so I'm on board with this tremendously. I mean, the range of this Arendite Accelerator with an ITU is ridiculous. It is well over 2,000.
Plus, they pierce through modules, I believe, so
Yep.
they should be very good against the Cataclysm if they hit.
They pierce straight through modules. We have Crucifix CSMs as well. We have 3 of those. I mean, the Flux is a bit of a problem, but hey. And then we have 1, 2, 3 Crusaders.
I believe the Knights Templar have something where if they have all Knights Templar weapons, they have like minus 75% weapon flux cost or something like that. Oh yes, weapon flux cost reduced by 50%. And I don't think that shows up in the UI, so you got to take that into account.
Weapon flux cost reduced by 50% if the ship has flight decks, advanced nav is reduced to fitting time, both depending on percentage of Templar technology of the ship. So if it has nothing but Templar technology, okay, so that's half the flux. So it's 1,500 rather than 3,000. So that's much more manageable. Good. We have a Centennia Assault Cannon, Paxes, and several Crucifixes on the Crusaders. We of course have the Aegis Shield, which is just reduces so much damage.
Things are so tanky.
They are ridiculously tanky. Remember that basically every Templar ship basically counts as a class above. So frigates count as destroyers, destroyers count as cruisers, and cruisers are pretty much battleships. And we have 4 Marchers running Takaki autocannons and Pax cannons as well. Hope you
These have very cool systems, I believe. I love to watch them.
Yep. Want to see them basically speed raise, and also their death AI. They do try to ram and kill on death, true to their name. And of course, the massive like Crusaders are tanky in general. Paladins are ridiculously tanky when they charge. The holy charge basically makes them almost invulnerable, and just as charge forge rages. Looking forward to that. Versus the Cataclysm, which was the last boss of the last tournament. We have the Cataclysm class, equipped with Christ knows how many weapons. We have Dainsliff artilleries.
Hard added a ton of weapons specifically for the Plague Bearers. They are very cool.
Foe Shard, Twin Lances. We have Umpire Beams. We have Hay Maker Drivers. We have the built-in torpedo tubes at the front. Essentially, the 10 Reaper barrage at the front. We have the 6 entirely separate broadside platforms, 3 on each side, running.
All these weapons are horrifyingly overpowered.
Light Spark Chargers, Whiplash Blasters, Egra Revolvers, Coda Launchers, the Angry Eyes, Light Streak Carrier Pods as well. A couple of...
Yeah, you can get all these weapons, but they reduce your CR if you use them on a normal ship, which is a interesting way of balancing it, and I think
Nano
that's quite
plague.
cool.
Containing the fast spread of the plague from this device will significantly reduce the mass CR of the ship. Indeed.
Anyway,
Plague.
Games Workshop, please don't sue.
And you have the unintelligible zealots. These are the support ships in the last boss fight as well, I believe.
Yes.
Which is again.
Sure, the gurus were here, but these are all. If
yeah,
you
yeah. I don't remember the guru.
tell
But
their-
I remember the zealots, which is the hammerhead, and then the cultists and the fanatics, which are basically just corrupted forms of other ships.
This is the Medusa. I think those are archers. One of those looks like a Vindicator, and then there's the Apogee. Might be an eagle, though. I'm not sure.
Nurgle ships? Possibly Nurgle, though it's the wrong color for Nurgle. Nurgle should be bluer, it should be greener, or yellower. But
The lore for these is more like the. I think it's actually called the Cataclysm from Homeworld. Or
yeah.
Homeworld Cataclysm. Fantastic game.
Indeed.
The
It's called-
Beast, that's what it's called.
Yeah, the Beast. It's called something else now because Cataclysm was stolen by WoW. They call it something else now.
Well, they lost, unfortunately, Homeworld Cataclysm. They lost the source code for it, so that's why it wasn't remastered.
Yeah. Anyway. Technically, the Templars have way more DP. That's because Templar ships are ridiculously high DP anyway. We'll see how
And
they
the
do.
Cataclysm is 100 and should probably be quite a bit more.
Yeah, it's now called now it's called the Homeworld Emergence. Anyway.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because of WoW Cataclysm. Now let's.
Thank you, Turtiflip, for pointing that out.
There you go. Which is interesting because it actually means that the Cataclysm is in the front lines. Arendite 1. It's the shields. Using the shields.
I love that system for the Cataclysm. Shoots out giant arcs and pulls things towards it.
Will they even scratch this thing? Is the big question. Will they even scratch this thing?
Very few can, but I believe the Templars have a distinct possibility of doing so.
It's high flux. Oh, they've overloaded the Cataclysm. They have overloaded the Cataclysm. Will they get a good Arendite accelerator shot on this thing? Yes, here it comes. Straight through several modules. They've taken hull damage.
Beautiful to see.
That is beautiful to watch. That is beautiful to watch.
These paladins are being held off.
Yeah. The martyrs haven't been doing much either, unfortunately. Oh, another shot. The shield was not up. Still doing damage. Paladin has taken, however,
Darn.
taking hull damage now. Paladin's taking damage.
Arendites are the second best possible weapon you can use on these, I think. The first being the one from the White Dwarf, also from Seeker, which you're obviously not going to get. So.
Okay.
Oh, if all those hit, that is going to hurt.
No, Primin Burst. Oh, they all hit this.
Oh, it's almost all did.
They ignored the
Think it
Primin
might-
Burst.
Ooh.
They just ignored the Primin Burst. Oh! Full shot on the side there.
The Dunslave took that out. That was.
Oh,
Sure.
another good shot. Another good shot. It is actually down to. I can't see, it's hard to check.
I think the Paladin just died off. Oh no.
Yeah.
Although, since it died off screen, that counts as that's a bingo, or a bingo slots.
Well, technically,
Officer
it
death off screen.
didn't explode off screen. Although, there we go, they're dead. That Reaper on the side there is painful. All that's left now is the Martyr and.
Yeah, no way for Knights Templar to win this, unfortunately.
No.
But man, was it cool to see them fire off their Arendites.
Okay, how much did they actually do at the end? Oh,
Well,
so
they did hull damage.
They did more hull damage than that.
Scratched it.
It's actually it's repaired quite a bit of it. They
It's
definitely,
been scratched.
they definitely did more hull damage than that. Can this regenerate hell in some way?
I don't know.
It definitely felt like Maybe I was mousing over the wrong thing. It felt like it did more damage.
Looks like some of the modules are quite damaged.
Open the map, press R and select it. Okay, we'll do that quickly then, because... Plague Bear, technical image... It doesn't have anything specifically that says it repairs itself.
It does have a bunch of missing armor.
It has taken damage. I think it might be linked to the ship system. I don't know. Maybe I just moused over the wrong thing. It's quite possible I just moused over the wrong thing. It looked like I'd taken more damage than that. No, it's definitely repairing its armor, isn't it? Or is it just the way it's illuminated?
I think it is the way, because you can see it's slightly less light in that hole in the center where it doesn't have any. Anyway, the Dunslave artillery, it's basically a better Mjolnir, and the Fauschard is a better Tachyon lance.
This is usually more even.
Yes. I believe the Fauschard dual Tachyon, normal Tachyons, if you have high hard flux, it arcs through. The Fauschard, it arcs through your shields no matter what flux you have. I believe that's the case.
It doesn't repair, so I think I just moused over something. It's kind of difficult to get the mouse over the exact cataclysm itself. I must have been mousing
modules. So
yeah, I must have been mousing over one of the modules. Why would the cataclysm need a nerf? There's no point for the cataclysm.
I mean, yeah, this specific fleet test should not be used for anyone by balancing. This does not reflect any realistic situation for the player.
The last fight of the evening, we have memes in motion on one side. We have Psy and the Kingdom of Terra. So drills.
Yes, I told you there'd be drills.
I know. I'm so happy there are drills.
It's not a drill.
Oh, there's no mammoth though. Dang it.
Sorry.
Versus Borken and
ED shipyards.
ED shipyards, yes.
The Leonberger is a phase battleship that rams people. It's beautiful.
I remember it turning up, I think, last time. Anyway, we have a couple of things to read here. Alien Space Camera. Being in the grim darkness of the 21st post-collapse decade doesn't change the fact that chucking something at someone really fast still ruins their day, and this fleet takes that into its illogical conclusion. So we have here, let's take a quick gander. Grappling beams, yes please. Multiple grappling beams. Drills, so many drills, grappling beams as well. Grenade launchers, grinders, nano miniguns, grenade launchers.
Both Psy and
Oh heavens.
Kingdom of Terra weapons, as you can see.
Yep.
Lots of singularity torpedoes. I'll give you 3 guesses how that'll go.
I want the memes. What? This is not the Chad Lance.
That is a Chad Lance.
That is the Chad Lance and the Thresher class torpedo. Single shot of 20,000.
Giant Reaper.
Yeah, single shot of 20,000 damage. How quickly does it die? Read the ship names. All right. Read the ship names in a bit. That's the Scuffed Siren. The oh right. This recruits is a 20 kilo ferrous slug. Feel the weight. Every 5 seconds, the main gun of an Everest-class dreadnought accelerates one to 1.3% of light speed. It impacts with the force of a 38 kiloton bomb. That's 3 times the yield of the city busters they dropped back on Earth. That means, sir, Isaac Newton is the deadliest son of a bitch in space. One of the best lines from Mass Effect 2, I believe.
And the fleet prefix, it's supposed to be
half
1/2 mass times velocity
yes,
squared.
the kinetic energy equation, half mv squared.
Yep.
Which is, speed is more important than mass when determining energy. That is one of the best lines in incidental lines in Mass Effect 2. Is just that entire conversation. And we have on the other side, Borken and Ed, and you've also got me something to read here. And screw you personally, but
you don't have to read all of it.
No, basically what you put here, you put like was it Tsungluim Mugulwaf Fnak Thulurlie Wgna Vstagen. You got the whole like Cthulhu thing here. Massive paragraph here. And you said to translate from Borken, singularity torpedoes are unfair, cattle excrement, please nerf them. But that's not what this says. The first line of this is in the rest of Relay, dead Cthulhu waits dreaming. if I know what it says, it loses its thing a little bit.
Got some random Cthulhu stuff.
It's good stuff though. It is Borken is Cthulhu, so it is lovely. They're squiggly little legends. Let us go ahead. And we have we have is Bassitan still as crazy as it was before?
It's quite crazy though. I think it was nerfed. It has
because the Void Shambler shell used to be broken as all hell.
It doesn't do Reapers anymore. I know. I checked. I tried that. It doesn't work. I'm very sad about it.
So I tried that on camera, didn't I? I think at some point. I tried that.
I heard that you did.
I stripped a Bassitan clean, put a single Reaper launcher on it, pressed F, and it spawned 20 of them.
Yes, I heard that, and unfortunately, it does not work anymore.
Thank God, because this is not a boss this is not a boss ship anymore.
Yes. But yeah, this kind of works like the Vix Quantum Gun, actually, this system. It's very cool. Yeah, this is just a regular loadout.
Okay, and
it rams. That's what it does.
Yep, it rams. It
shoots missiles.
The Scholar.
The Old God Scholar. It has a very cool spinal weapon.
Oh yeah, the Breath of Cthulhu. Yeah, true. The Buceron. All the really nice effects. The Buceron saves other ships. The sprites have been updated.
Yes, Ed, he came back fairly recently, updated a bunch of stuff. This is the 2.3 beta of ED Shipyard.
Nice, because
they also have healing drones on them, so these are pure support vessels.
Yeah, I remember really enjoying the Ed Shipyard's ones. The Migo class microwave burrito destroyers. Running, of course, all the microwave weapons. All the weapons of Borken just look squiggly and beamy. Oh, what was the other one? There was another really one I liked out of Ed that isn't here right now. That kind of
I tried to fit a Wergendal. There just wasn't enough to fit a Wergendal and also show off Ed and then have a good Borken fleet. There's also the Newfoundland, which is a giant train thing, which is very silly, but I did test it with that.
Right, so now this is the last of the evening, so let's see what happens when drills meet squigglies.
It's gonna be fun.
Okay. Fun in the Dwarf Fortress sense.
Yes. And usually this will not last long, for reasons that will very quickly become apparent.
There's an HVB with Corona in it. Oh!
The phase ramming ship, it's great.
Oh, what's one smasher down? Oh, jeez! Yes! 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 Oh, Merry Christmas, me! Oh, it's beautiful! That is actually beautiful.
Didn't I say it was fun?
That is amazing. Oh. How are you still alive? That is unfair.
It phased. It phased through it.
That is so unfair. That is cheap. That is a lack of honor that has not been shown before or since.
That's one of the reasons why the Bucerons are there, because if you get one of the actual important ships trapped in a singularity torp, they can swap out with it once it starts taking damage. Oh, it is just eating that.
That is so cheap.
Those are very short range. Those are no, they're actually good range. They're HE weapons on the Landberger. Oh, look at the missiles swerving. Oh, these missiles were swerving beautifully around a singularity torpedo. Oh, I think the Old God Scholar might be about to fire its spinal. Oh, it gets trapped.
in its own.
See, rescued. That's what the Bucerons are for.
Buceron goes down. Smasher goes down.
See the system for the Bassetan class
They are-
unfazed battleship. It's not just a phase.
These torps are exploding for a long time.
Yes, they are.
Buceron goes down. Why are they exploding for so long? Scholar goes down.
Too bad. I like that color.
The Bassetan is there, stuck in with.
Oh, and it's overloaded.
Jesus Christ. Is this gaming? It's a very good question.
This is a very swingy match. It can absolutely go either way depending on
Fire!
who's got
Explode!
the singularity
Explode! Why didn't you explode? That's what you want. You want to be firing them from so far away that they haven't even got a chance to get close to you.
That Bassetan has has IPDAI, by the way.
Yeah, but those things sort of exploded a long time ago. There you go.
What the heck is that garbage crowd?
Migo down. Pulverizer down. Oh my god.
Told you that would be fun.
I am sad that the Unburger survived that. They should not have done so. That is cowardly. People go
Get
back.
ramming.
People go back and clip all of that. I think the entire bloody thing. 'Cause, oh my god. Tart, did you like increase how long they explode for? Because that's crazy. They never exploded for that long before. Not as far as I can remember.
Alien Space Kappa and I worked very hard to make a match this ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. I'd love to see this match again. Yeah, screw, we've got time. It was chain explosions. Yeah, we've got time.
And you can, and afterwards, when Rubin releases it, you can look at it. You can watch it yourself.
Once more, let's just have a look. This is the first one ended, the second one started. That's very convenient. The timing was perfect all the time. Alright. We're going to do this, and as this is going on, we're just going to say a huge thank you for all the people who took part in the tournament, for Rubin for organizing, for all the people who submitted fleets, and for the exhibition matches. Hang on, come on. There you go. There's the first one, and there it goes immediately. Drakane goes down, Rhino goes down, Pulverizer goes down, Smasher goes down, Smasher goes down, Smasher goes down, Nemean class, Nemean line goes down. It's even faster than before.
For some reason, the Nemean lines have a tendency to go into these singularity torpedoes, and if they do, then they will die. Because of all their modules just smash.
Why are you fighting a Thresher in there? The Leonberger goes down to the Thresher!
Well, now you know why.
The Leonberger goes down to the Thresher. Glorious. Oh god. Poor Brezzer taking damage.
I just want to see the old god scholar's cool weapon. It's very nice.
Huh. That's a module?
Yeah. Those have two. I can't remember what they're called. They have these two tail things, which are both modules. They serve very well to distract things like tail-seeking torpedoes, such as all the ED shipyards dusts. I think they're dusts.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
It's still, how is it still exploding? Why is it, are they just detonating immediately?
Please, old god scholar, fire your spinal weapon.
Do not fire your single X torpedo over here, you'll kill the Nemean lion.
It's happened many times before.
There you go. Old Ghost Caller down, me go down, the Indian Lion Overload is still alive, down.
Nemean lions are ironically hugely vulnerable to singularity torpedoes.
So yeah, I was saying, thank you very much for everyone for taking part, for hopping by, for visiting my stream, for all the, very thankful for all the bits, the subs, the follows, and for JRG for commentating with me. This completely insane collection of exhibition matches, which I hope you enjoyed.
You enjoyed it, everyone.
Yeah.
Exactly what he said.
I'm gonna be... Thank you, Laharl. I'm gonna...
I love you, Nemo.
Aw.
This was Lally.
I'm gonna put the VOD on YouTube tomorrow, or it'll be on Twitch as well. I'll make a playlist as well over the entire tournament, and shove it on there for people just to, you know, share around and so forth. And in case I don't see you again for the rest of the year, have a lovely end of the year. Have a lovely happy holidays. Stay safe. Hang on, this actually worked. This probably worked better today. Let's do this. If I do this now.
Safe, Yos. If you're listening, I expect great memes from you.
And this should actually work now. This should actually work better. It didn't work last time. This should work now. So hang on, give me a quick second. This actually will probably work. Should, in theory, work. You don't need. Gonna work. This is gonna work. This is gonna work. See if this works.
Remember to vote in the favorite fleet type polls.
Absolutely. Hope you all enjoyed it. Have a happy holidays. I haven't got, you know, it's working, hurrah. I should have, I've got no more planned streams for the end of the year, but because of new shenanigans at the end of the year, so I might do more impromptu streams until then because my plans have all fallen through. So yeah, keep an eye out. Stay safe. Have a lovely holiday, and I'll see you when I see you, folks.
Happy holidays.
Bye bye.